line of lubricant products to keep engine parts moving at the most critical points. Trust Starfire. When time and money are on the line, visit starfire.com to learn more or give them a call. They always answer the phone. Starfire.com.
EverDry Waterproofing, your trusted partner since 1985 for basement solutions. We service Cincinnati and now Lexington and Louisville. Get your free inspection today at 513-874-7200. Every healthy home starts with EverDry Waterproofing.
Give Robert Jones Plumbing a call for all your plumbing needs. The world's friendliest plumbers, Robert Jones Plumbing.
Welcome back to the Arnell Carriers Inside Pitch with your host, Chick Ludwig. Visit RLC.com and make Arnell Carriers your global transportation provider. Reds and Royals, 4:10 first pitch today, Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. Well, let's look at who's hot in the big leagues. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Greater Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky. Pella now, pay later, and make life brighter with Pella. And by Plum Tight Plumbing. Plum Tight is plumbing done right. Well, how about Detroit Tigers lefty Tarek Skubal? He authored his first career complete game in the majors yesterday, a 5-0 victory over the Cleveland Guardians at Comerica Park in Detroit. A 2-hit, 13-strikeout masterpiece. The Guardians' final batter was Gabriel Arias. With an 0-2 count with 2 outs in the top of the ninth, Skubal struck out Arias with a fastball at 102.6 miles an hour. He's 5-2 on the season with a 2.49 ERA. Yesterday in that complete game, 13 strikeout, 2-hit shutout, 94 pitches, 72 strikes. Just incredible. And how about Pittsburgh's O'Neill Cruz? He hit a letter-high fastball off of Milwaukee's Logan Henderson, 432 feet, that cleared the right field wall at PNC Park. One-hopped into the Allegheny River, and it just so happened to be the hardest hit ball in the 10-year history of the StatCast tracking service. 122.9 miles an hour off his bat. The problem for Pittsburgh, they lost to the Brewers yesterday, 6-5. And here's your winning lineup for your Cincinnati Reds today. T.J. Friedl, leadoff, batting leadoff and playing center field, followed by Spencer Steer at first base. Ellie De La Cruz is in the number 3 spot, but he's the designated hitter. He's followed by Austin Hayes in left field, batting cleanup, then Gavin Lux at third base, Tyler Stevenson catching. Will Benson batting 7th, playing right field, followed by Matt McClain at second base, and then Garrett Hampson in his Reds debut at shortstop. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you'll stick around after the game for the Kelsey Chevrolet Extra Innings Show. This is the Arnell Carriers Inside Pitch. Visit Arnell Carriers for your global transportation provider. Chick Ludwig, 700 WLW.
Baseball season is in full swing, but it's not too late to play on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Download the app today to get started with $200 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins on FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the Cincinnati Reds. 21 plus and present in Ohio. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Baseball is all about precision and performance, just like Pella Windows and Doors. Pella goes beyond strength and beauty with expertly crafted windows built to last. Don't let drafts strike out your comfort. Visit PellaWindowsCincinnati.com today and make life brighter.
It's our 10-year anniversary at Kelsey Chevrolet. Celebrate with 0% financing on select new Chevys. Just our way of saying thanks. From our family to yours, thank you for an amazing 10 years. Together, let's drive at KelseyChev.com.
Hi, this is Marty. You hear it every game, but it can't be said enough. When riding in your car or truck, buckle your seatbelt and make sure that everyone riding with you is wearing theirs too. If you're not buckled up, what's holding you back?
Looking to earn more with your checking account? Kemba has the answer. Get Green Checking pays you up to $45 a month. It's as simple as using your debit card, viewing e-statements, and logging into online or mobile banking. Open your account today and earn up to $45 a month with Kemba. For details and qualifications, visit Kemba.com. That's KEMBA.com. APY equals annual percentage yield. Monthly example based on earning 4% APY on a daily balance of $15,000 throughout a 28-day qualification cycle and meeting all qualifications. Rate subject to change.
The Reds are on the radio.
This is the Cincinnati Reds pregame show. Reds baseball brought to you in part by JTM Food Group. Let's create great dishes together. JTM. Cincinnati Children's. Changing the outcome together. Western and Southern. Put our financial strength behind you. Tickets for Less. Shop the best selection of sports, concert, and theater tickets with no added service fees at ticketsforless.com. PNC, the official bank of the Cincinnati Reds. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
De La Cruz cranks this one to left center field. This is hit a ton, and it is gone.
The pregame show is also brought to you by Hayes & Sons. We do restoration right. Encore Technologies. Visit encore.tech. And by your Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
The Reds are on the radio.
This is the Reds Radio Network.
Hey, very delightful good afternoon to you, and happy Memorial Day. Welcome out to Great American we're at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. It's the series opener between the Reds and the Royals. A little interleague showdown here in Kansas City. It is raining right now at Kauffman Stadium, but the field is uncovered, and they're going to try to get the game in, even though there might be some pop-up showers throughout the day. It's the Reds and Royals coming up shortly. But right now, here's Yid with the Reds pregame show. Yid?
All right. Thank you, Tommy. Just ahead on the show today.
You get frustrated, but then you're a week away from feeling really good again. So it's just kind of riding that roller coaster a little bit and trying to stay as positive as you can.
Wade Miley talks about the long road back from Tommy John surgery, and Lance McAllister will ask, who am I? This is the Cincinnati Reds pregame show on the Reds Radio Network.
This season, score big on your next ride at Honda East. With unbeatable deals, great financing options, and a large inventory to choose from, you can find your perfect vehicle at a price that knocks it out of the park. And our award-winning service department ranks among the best in the country, with a seasoned lineup of service consultants and factory-trained Honda techs. The ultimate Honda experience at Honda East. Visit HondaEastCincy.com.
Tree on your roof? Fire damage or flooded basement? Water and storm damage happens fast this time of year. For over 43 years, Hayes & Sons has been restoring water damage in Ohio and Kentucky homes and businesses. They'll help you navigate your insurance claim and get your life back on track. So, when property damage strikes, tell your insurance agent you want Hayes & Sons for your restoration work. For more information, please visit HayesandSons.com.
It's time for you to step up to the plate and save a life. Hi, this is Marty Brenneman reminding you to make your life-saving blood donation with Hawksworth Blood Center. Hawksworth operates 7 tri-state locations and multiple mobile blood drives 7 days a week, making it convenient for you to save lives and make an impact. The summer months are a difficult time for blood banks, and Hawksworth needs our local community to donate blood to support our award-winning hospitals and the patients they serve. Visit Hawksworth.org to schedule today. Together, we're saving lives close to home.
Hofbrauhaus Newport Brewery and Restaurant is the place to go for Reds fans. Hofbrauhaus Newport has been serving up great beer, delicious food, and fun times to Reds fans for over 20 years. Enjoy live music in our beer hall or sitting in our fabulous beer garden. Everyone loves it at our house.
Reds hope to welcome Wade Miley back to the big leagues. The lefty underwent elbow surgery in April of 2024. He signed a minor league deal with the Reds at the end of January, and in 6 rehab starts between Dayton and Louisville, Miley is 1-2 with a 10.67 ERA. Our old pal Jim Couch had a chance to catch up with the 38-year-old.
When this first happened, you were with Milwaukee and you were diagnosed as needing Tommy John surgery. What kind of went through your mind in terms of, I'm going forward with this, I don't care what, or maybe it's time to do something else with life?
It's a flood of emotions, obviously. I knew my elbow had been barking for a little while, and then once I finally went and got the MRI and they tell you, it's you need to consider having surgery. At my age, the immediate thought was, I've done more than I ever thought I'd do in the game. This is probably enough. And then, talk to my family, my kids. and then they kind of push you along a little bit. Like my oldest son was like, I want to see you pitch again, this and that. And then, but really the final straw was sitting in Krimchek's office. Dr. Krimchek did the surgery, and him like convincing me that I could get back to like what I was, before the surgery. And it's been good. I'm thankful and fortunate that I did it, and I'm excited to be here.
Normal recovery time for Tommy John is somewhere between 12 months and 18 months. You talked about, I don't want to wait that long, and there's a hybrid surgery that's out there now that you guys looked in and eventually went that route, right?
Yeah, correct. You're supposed to be able to like get to throwing a little bit. I don't know how fast it improves the timeline, but just returning to throw at an earlier time, because I guess the brace they put in there protects your ligament a little more. And I didn't see myself sitting out a full 2 seasons trying to come back from this at 38 years old. So I'm just trying to get back on the shorter end of that stick.
It's one thing for them to tell you that it's going to take less 10 months to 12 months. It's another then to go through it. Have you seen the things that they told you actually come to fruition?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's really a roller coaster. I like to call it like a roller coaster going uphill. So like there's ups and downs, but you're constantly getting better over time. But I mean, there's definitely some moments. Heck, just like a couple weeks ago, it was bothering me so much. I'm like, I can't keep doing this. Like you get frustrated, but then you're a week away from feeling really good again. So it's just kind of riding that roller coaster a little bit and trying to stay as positive as you can.
You've made 5 starts now on the way back, hopefully to the big leagues with Cincinnati. Have you felt improvement each time out?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of it's just the feel. Like you don't throw for so long, or you don't like compete at a high level for so long, and when you get back out there in the game and your delivery gets a little, I don't know, it's almost like you're trying to relearn your delivery or waiting on like a certain feel. And really after the last probably 2 or 3, like I'm slowly feeling like more like myself, and really into the last one where things finally like synced up to what I've kind of been chasing, and just looking forward to hopefully being able to repeat that moving forward.
This Welcome Back report is brought to you by Elk & Elk, serious lawyers for serious injuries, and an official sponsor of the Cincinnati Reds. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. This is the Reds Radio Network.
Hi, this is Marty Brenneman. Protect your business with cybersecurity solutions from Encore Technologies. We're not just IT. We keep your data safe, just like we back the Cincinnati Reds. Visit encore.tech to stay secure.
When the Reds are hot, you get tots. BetMGM wants to help you celebrate a Reds homestand victory. Swing by the BetMGM Sportsbook with your homestand ticket for a free side of tots if the Reds win their homestand. The fun doesn't have to end with the 9th inning, because when the Reds are hot, you get tots only at the BetMGM Sportsbook. 21 plus and present in Ohio, subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in partnership with MGM Northfield Park.
Wouldn't it be nice to have a reliable Medicare plan that lets you focus on all the things that matter to you? Well, with United Healthcare Medicare plans, that's exactly what you get. With 45 years of experience, we support our members every step of the way. We provide coverage that allows you to focus on what matters most. Count on United Healthcare to be there, with Medicare coverage for your whole life ahead. Learn more at uhc.com.
Memorial Day doorbuster deals are here at Lowe's. Right now, Rewards members save $80 on the Master Forge 4-burner gas grill, now just $149. Plus, Rewards members save $900 on the Lowe's exclusive Hisense French door refrigerator, now only $999. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/26. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.
Join the Reds when they battle the Brewers in a 3-game set June 2nd through the 4th. Presented by Kroger Zero Hunger, Zero Waste. Don't miss another Budweiser 3-2-1 Tuesday on June 3rd. Fans can enjoy $3 beers, $2 hot dogs, and $1 ice cream cups. Come back for the day game Wednesday with the Reds Business Day special. Get your ticket to the game plus $10 in concession credits. Visit Reds.com/tickets today.
Hi, this is Marty Brenneman. Your business runs on data. Keep it secure and always available with Encore's state-of-the-art data center facilities. Fully redundant, always online, because downtime isn't an option. Visit encore.tech.
This is the home of the Reds, 700 WLW.
The Reds and Royals get together on this Memorial Day 2025, and thanks for joining us on the Cincinnati Reds pregame show. I'm Dave Armbruster. Time for the Voice of the Fan, brought to you by Encore Technologies, IT solutions for a data-centered world. Here's Nick Kirby.
This weekend against the Cubs was basically our worst fear. The Reds offense finally played 3 good, consistent games in a row, but then the bullpen, which has been so good and honestly such a pleasant surprise this season, had a big letdown. To this point, it's just been that kind of season where different phases of the game have just not been able to sync up for the Reds. It's such a fine line, too, between not just winning and losing, but really the entire perspective on things. If the Reds bullpen had been able to pitch like they've pitched most of the season, the story of this past weekend would have been how the Cubs starting pitching looks like a major weakness and maybe a reason for real optimism in the NL Central. But the Cubs bats, well, they picked up their starting pitching. It's time for the Reds to figure out a way to get some wins when one phase doesn't get the job done. My name is Nick Kirby, and I co-host the Chatterbox Reds podcast. Go Reds.
Now, it's time for Who Am I?
I'm one of 5 Toronto Blue Jays position players to ever pitch twice in the same season. During the 2024 season, I didn't strike out over 36 consecutive plate appearances, the longest active streak in the majors at the time. In over a 33-game stretch, I hit .419 last year, the highest mark in Major League Baseball in that span, and the highest by a Red in any 33-game stretch since Joey Votto in 2016. Who am I? The answer after this on the Reds Radio Network.
Your summer starts here in the family-sized Toyota Highlander or the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander with 3 different powertrains and a full-size third row. Now through June 2nd, you can get a new 25 Highlander or Grand Highlander with 4.99 APR financing or 5.99 on a new Highlander or Grand Highlander hybrids, subject to approved credit through TFS. Plus, you get 2 years no-cost maintenance included. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
The Cincinnati Reds are teaming up with Tito's Handmade Vodka through their Love Tito's program to support RBIs for a Cause for the entirety of the 2025 baseball season. For every Reds RBI at Great American Ballpark this season, Love Tito's will donate $50 to the Cincinnati Reds Community Fund, which is dedicated to improving the lives of youth through baseball. We can't say thank you enough to our good friends at Tito's for helping us make a difference with our local community. Play ball.
Hey Reds fans, looking for the best place to score your tickets hassle-free? Check out Tickets for Less, your trusted source for Reds tickets and more. With transparent pricing and no service fees, the price you see is the price you pay. Whether you're heading to Great American Ballpark or catching the Reds on the road, Tickets for Less has the best selection. Plus, they have tickets to concerts, theater, and all your favorite sporting events, all with no hidden fees. Visit ticketsforless.com today. Tickets for Less, proud partner of the Cincinnati Reds.
Hi, this is Tim O'Connell, Senior Vice President of Ballpark Operations at the Cincinnati Reds. From the first pitch to the final out, SBM ensures every seat shines. Our custodial teams keep ballparks spotless so fans can focus on the game and not the grime.
Now, the answer to Who Am I?
I'm one of 5 Toronto Blue Jays position players to ever pitch twice in the same season. During the 2024 season, I didn't strike out over 36 consecutive plate appearances, the longest active streak in the majors at the time. In over a 33-game stretch last year, I hit .419, the highest mark in the majors in that span, and the highest mark by a Red in any 33-game stretch since Joey Votto in 2016. Who am I? Red shortstop Santiago Espinal. And I'm Lance McAllister.
And this is the Cincinnati Reds pregame show. I'm Dave Armbruster. Today, the Reds are at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City to take on the Royals. Nick Martinez goes to the Hill this afternoon for Cincinnati against former Red Michael Lorenzen. Martinez has pitched well this month. In his 4 May starts, Martinez has just a 1-2 record, but at 1.80 ERA, he has not given up a home run in May and has struck out 17 batters as opposed to just 2 walks.
Yeah, it's part of my game, attacking the zone and challenging hitters. And
Yeah, walks are no good.
Stick around. Tommy talks with Reds manager Terry Francona next. This is the Reds Radio Network.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
This is Marty Brenneman with my wife, Amanda.
And Amanda Brenneman with my husband, Marty, for Laura's Lean Beef.
Here's the play-by-play on Amanda's dinner decision. She steps up to the kitchen counter.
I have Laura's Lean ground beef.
She's reading the label.
They never, ever add hormones or antibiotics.
And here comes the decision. She's looking at her phone? That's a curveball.
Well, it's all right here. Find your mealtime inspiration at lauraslean.com.
Generational health is vital. Black Americans face a higher risk of kidney failure, highlighting the urgent need for more donors in our community. Every day, 17 people die waiting for an organ transplant, but together we can change that. One organ donor can save up to 8 lives, heal over 75 people, and create a lasting legacy of wellness for our next generation. Join us in our mission. Our city saves lives. Register today at registerme.org.
Hey Reds fans, win the coolest fan experience sponsored by Logan Services. Score 2 Scouts Club seats and attend batting practice before the game with me. One winner chosen monthly. Visit Logan Services online to enter. Logan Services, proud sponsor of the Cincinnati Reds.
It's time for the Manager's Comics, brought to you by Encore Technologies. Explore top-tier IT solutions in networking, cloud, and data management. Visit encore.tech to lead with innovation. This is the Reds Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Reds pregame show. Time for a daily chat with Reds manager Terry Francona. Tito, how nice is it to have a fresh series to kind of put that last one behind you?
It always is in our game. The only problem is you start looking at what the Royals are doing. Man, they're pitching. You look at their bullpen. They present some issues. So, yeah, it is a new day, but be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, you talk about two extremes. You go from a Cubs team that can mash to a Royals team that doesn't really hit very well. How do you use that element of this team to your advantage?
Well, I mean, just like always, you never know what series is going to present what. I mean, they have potentially a bullpen game tomorrow. So, you know what? Play the game the best way you can. Try to get pitches. When they make mistakes, try to hit them. The one thing they do better than anybody in baseball, and in today's game, is they don't let you run. I think there's been 15 attempts all year, which is incredible.
Do you attribute that to their pitching, or is that their catching core doing a really good job?
It's both, but their pitchers' times to the plate, there haven't been a ton of runners also, but their catchers also do a really good job.
The lineup looks a little bit different today. You've got Spencer Steer hitting second, DHing Ellie. Kind of take us through that, and how is Ellie doing?
I wanted to get Ellie off his feet a little bit. I think he's played all but 3 innings the whole year, and rarely do you have a day game after traveling. Want to give Espy a day. He's played every day for about the last 6 weeks. I think it'd be good for him. Want to get Hampson in a game. So we just tried to move guys around enough where we could keep Ellie's bat in there but get him off his feet.
We continue our pregame chat with Reds manager Terry Francona in a moment on the Reds Radio Network.
EverDry Waterproofing offers the value of a dry home. Proudly serving you since 1985, we provide healthy home solutions across Cincinnati, Lexington, and Louisville. Call 513-874-7200 for a free inspection today. Every healthy home starts here.
When the Reds are hot, you get tots. BetMGM wants to help you celebrate a Reds homestand victory. Swing by the BetMGM Sportsbook with your homestand ticket for a free side of tots if the Reds win their homestand. The fun doesn't have to end with the 9th inning, because when the Reds are hot, you get tots only at the BetMGM Sportsbook. 21 plus and present in Ohio, subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in partnership with MGM Northfield Park.
Let Ralph's American Grill host your watch parties this baseball season. Located in Wilmington, Ohio, just off Interstate 71, our restaurant features 15 widescreen TVs, an in-house bar, and a private event venue. For a perfect ballgame experience, enjoy a cold beverage in a sports-themed environment, all while cheering on your favorite team from the comfort of Ralph's. Join your friends at Ralph's American Grill and catch all the best games during this exciting season.
Reds fans, bring your family and friends and save big on concessions with Budweiser 3-2-1 Tuesdays. For all Tuesday Reds home games, fans can buy $3 beers, $2 hot dogs, and $1 ice cream cups. This grand slam of a deal includes something for everyone. Get your tickets for Budweiser 3-2-1 Tuesdays at reds.com/Tuesday.
When the kids call and they say, "Hey, Dad, can you pick up Skyline?" I'm always like, absolutely. I'm halfway there because you don't have to tell me twice. That's the time for our family to be together, and Skyline's always been part of our family time.
It's extra innings after the game, and you will listen on News Radio 700 WLW.
Welcome back to our pregame conversation with Reds manager Terry Francona. Tito, I know everybody looks at lineup construction differently. When you look at a lineup and you kind of put it together, what are the things that you value the most, and how do you kind of try to view it?
I don't just think you put your fastest guy at the top of the lineup like it used to be. I think you want guys that are going to get on base. Now, they can't be base cloggers. That doesn't work. But having guys to get on base ahead of your middle of the order. I also don't think you stack your lefties just making it easy on the opposing manager. You know, I'd love to have Lux maybe hitting in front of Ellie because he gets on base so well. But if you have Friedel and Lux, now we're pinch hitting too many times. I don't want to do that.
One of the things that kind of got you a little bit in the Cubs series, the bullpen gave up some runs late. When you look at that, is it necessarily fair to pin it all on the bullpen, or do you kind of look at a balance of, hey, they were maybe overworked a little bit because the starters weren't going as deep as you'd like? Is that kind of how you look at it? Is there a way to combat that?
I think what you're saying, and I agree with it, is a lot of times when people are raving about your bullpen, they're not throwing 6 innings in a game. So when you're asking a lot, me and Millsy were talking about this last night, when you're trying to fill that many innings, if somebody has a hiccup, man, it leads to trouble. And that happened to us a couple nights, and it hurt us.
You try not to, harp on starters when they're throwing the ball really well. Is there a way to try to get a little bit more length out of the rotation?
I hope so. Saying that, if you reach for more, and it doesn't work, now you're putting your bullpen at a disadvantage, and we've given up runs. So, again, the deeper they go, the better, but we got to do what's right.
That's Reds manager Terry Francona. The Reds kick off a 3-game series against the Royals in Kansas City coming up shortly. Yid's got more of the pregame show next on the Reds Radio Network.
Founded in 2011, Carlisle and Bray Enterprises operate C&B Marine, C&B Energy Services, as well as 3 public fleet facilities.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan, and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns before the first pitch. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show. Weekdays at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th-inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Is also brought to you by Hayes & Sons. We do restoration right. Your Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Penn Station East Coast Subs, the official cheesesteak of the Reds. Order online today.
The Reds are on the radio.
This is the Reds Radio Network.
From playing catch in the front yard to backyard barbecues, your lawn is the backdrop to it all. That's why Pennington, as the official partner of the Cincinnati Reds field crew, is here to help you grow a lawn you can be proud of. With over 80 years of experience, Pennington knows what it takes to achieve big league results right at home. So whether you're entertaining or unwinding, you can trust Pennington Grass Seed, available at the Home Depot.
Think a printer is just a printer? Think again. Today's multifunction printers store sensitive data, connect to your network, and can be a prime target for hackers. At Modern Office Methods, Cincinnati's authorized RICO dealer, they help you secure your devices with advanced encryption and authentication controls. Mom protects your data with automated deletion of stored documents and detects threats in real time with built-in security alerts. Visit momnet.com to secure your print environment today. Modern Office Methods, secure technology for a secure workplace.
There's no better way to enjoy.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan, and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns before the first pitch. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show. Weekdays at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Shortstop Garrett Hampson. Nick Martinez starts on the mound for the Reds. Once more, it's Friedel, Steer, De La Cruz, Hayes, Lux, Stevenson, Benson, McLean, and Hampson with Martinez pitching. Now for Matt Quatraro's Kansas City Royals. The Royals are 4 games over 500. They are 29-25, but they're in 4th place in the American League Central Division, and they're 5 games back. Leading things off is the designated hitter, former Red, Jonathan India. Batting second, the shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr. At first base, hitting third, Vinny Pasquantino. Salvador Perez will catch and bat fourth. Hitting fifth, the third baseman, Michael Garcia. John Rave just called up today to make his major league debut. Plays right field and hits sixth. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Nick Lofton. Hitting eighth, the second baseman, Michael Massey. Batting ninth, the center fielder, Kyle Isbell. And on the mound for the Royals, former Reds first-round pick, Michael Lorenzen. Once more, it's India, Witt, Pasquantino, Perez, Garcia, Rave, Lofton, Massey, and Isbell with Lorenzen pitching. The umpires for this afternoon's game, at home plate, Alex Tosi. Ron Kolpa's the crew chief. He's at first base. Carlos Torres at second. And Corey Blazer is the third base umpire. It is cool. It is rainy. But we are going to get this game started on time. Pleased, as always, to be joined by the crafty left-hander, Chris Welsh. I'm Tommy Thaw. Great to be with you. But, Chris, you look at this ball game here. This is a game that, you feel pretty good about if you're the Reds and you could come away with a victory, but you got to figure out a way to score some runs against a very good Royals pitching staff.
Yes, you're right about that, Tommy. And it's not just the starting pitching. Their bullpen is a lights-out bullpen as well. So they win games in low-scoring fashion. They don't blast the ball like the Chicago Cubs did over the weekend at Great American Ballpark. But they're a solid tip ball club. And they're very much like the Reds, where they pitch better than they hit. Sometimes they get very hot. They've had winning streaks up to 7 games. They've also lost 6 in a row. So it's kind of interesting. You mentioned it already. They're 4 games over 500, but they're 5 games behind the leader right now. So this is a division where everybody used to laugh at, the American League Central. There's no laughing anymore. There's a lot of good teams in this division.
You got that right. There are definitely some good teams in that division, and especially that team at the top, the Detroit Tigers, they have gotten off to a blistering start to the season. So we'll see how it goes today, but it's going to be a tough series, you would imagine, between these two teams. You got to figure it's going to be a pretty close series as well. Let's talk about Michael Lorenzen. This is a guy that seemingly has found a nice home and a nice groove here in Kansas City.
Well, he was the #1 pick for the Reds way back when they got him out of Cal State Fullerton when he was a two-way player. He used to come out of center field and close games for his college team, and all he wanted to do when he was with the Reds early on was throw 100 miles an hour, and he could do that. But he's turned himself into a pitcher. He's had 11 years in the league now. He knows what he's doing out there on the hill.
It's the Royals and Reds. Hope you enjoy it. Let's play. First pitch, a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. 3:12 first pitch presented by Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together. Michael Lorenzen standing on the mound in the raindrops into his windup and home with the 0-1 pitch to Friedel. He yanks it down the right field line. That's going to get down and go to the wall in the right field corner. Friedel's around first, and he's on his way into second, coasting in there with a leadoff double.
Well, the inside fastball for Michael Lorenzen has been one of his best pitches. He gets it right in there, but you better get it in off the plate against T.J. Friedel, because that ball is right in on his hands. He's as quick as anybody in baseball in getting the bat head on an inside fastball.
Well, T.J. Friedel's been swinging a hot bat. He now has hits in 6 of his last 7 games. Here's Spencer Steer. Runner down at second base. Nobody out. The pitch. And Steer takes 2 high for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Steer snapped a 12-game hitting streak, going 0 for 3 yesterday, coming off the bench. Lorenzen ready at the belt. Check second. Now to the plate with a 1-0 pitch to Spencer Steer, and he got jammed and fights it off foul into the seats down the right field line. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Spencer Steer. First game of a 3-game series between the Reds and the Royals here in Kansas City, and this is a place where the Reds have enjoyed quite a bit of success here lately. The Reds have won 7 straight, or they have scored in 7 straight 5 or more runs here in Kansas City. Swung on, fouled off to the right side, and it's a ball and 2 strikes on Spencer Steer.
You can see the effort that Steer is trying to make right here, trying to hit the ball to the right side. He's been late on each of his pitches, intentionally trying to get that runner to third base.
Lorenzen from the belt turns it loose, and a swing and a miss at a good breaking ball down. Actually, it was a changeup from Lorenzen. And down on strikes, Spencer Steer, and there's one gone here in the first inning.
You know, Michael Lorenzen nowadays is one of the few pitchers in baseball that throws actually 7 different pitches, and he uses them all. But his main pitch is fastball changeup. That was a changeup down and in. That was a good one to Spencer Steer.
Now Ellie De La Cruz standing in. Ellie had a good series against the Cubs, going 5 for 13 with a home run and 5 RBIs. He takes in off the plate for ball 1. He scored 5 times in that series. Ellie, switch hitter up there left-handed against the right-handed throwing Lorenzen. TJ Friedel's down at second base with 1 man out. Lorenzen brings it home, and a swing and a miss by De La Cruz. That'll even the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike.
You know, the interesting thing really about Michael Lorenzen now is that he's got his fastball back. He's thrown the ball as hard as 98 miles an hour here recently. But he shows his fastball. He gets you out with the other stuff.
Now the 1-1 to De La Cruz. And it's a fastball off the outside corner 95. 2 balls and a strike on Ellie De La Cruz. Lorenzen making his 11th start of the year, 3-5 with a 3.77 ERA. He's home with a 2-1 pitch, and Ellie swings right through the fastball on the outside corner, and that'll even the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Boy, you cannot waste a leadoff double from TJ Friedel. He's down at second. A strikeout of Spencer Steer. There's 1 out, and now the 2-2 pitch to De La Cruz, and it's a breaking ball down and in. It hits off the mid of Salvador Perez and rolls a little bit toward first, allowing Friedel to move up to third. It's a wild pitch. It was in the dirt, and Perez got a lot of his mitt on it. It just hit right off the heel of his mitt and just slowly trickled away from him, allowing Friedel to move up 90 feet.
Well, Perez had to go all the way around Ellie De La Cruz, who still stood in the batter's box. That helped the runner move up to third base.
Now full count pitch coming. Here it is. Way high and outside, ball 4. It was a changeup, and that got away from Lorenzen pretty badly. And now the Reds have him at the corners with 1 out.
This is one of those games, Tommy, where the hitters and the pitchers alike are going to have to battle the elements. It's going to be hard for pitchers, once their uniform gets wet, to get a good dry feel of the baseball. It's going to be also something that third base coaches should be aware of, that when you get a ball into the outfield hit, that outfielder is coming up with a wet ball. Who knows where it's going to go when he throws it? So you take a little bit more chances on the base pass on a day like today.
And I think the same can be said if you're a guy like Friedel, or if you're one of these guys that has the ability to drop down a bunt. Gavin Lux not wasting any time, swinging the first pitch. He sends one in the air to right field. This will be deep enough to get Friedel home. John Rave is over to make the catch. Friedel will tag at third and score. Now 2 men are out, but the Reds have scored first, and they're on the board with an early 1-run advantage here in Kansas City. I said Gavin Lux. That was actually Austin Hayes batting. Now here's Gavin Lux. Having a tough time here early. Can I take a mulligan and we start over?
Sure.
All right.
Just give us a 1-0 lead.
Sure. We'll take that. Here's a strike. You know what? I'd rather get off to a bad start than the Reds. So we'll take the good start for the Reds. It's a strike to Gavin Lux. And the count is 0-1. Runner on at first base. 2 men are out. Reds have an early 1-run advantage. Lorenzen from the belt. Ellie leading off first, the pitch, and Lux swings, sends a fly ball into center field. Coming on is Kyle Isbell. He's under it, looking up into the raindrops. He'll make the catch, side retired. I'll try to be better in the bottom of the first. It's the Reds 1, and the Royals coming up in Kansas City on the Reds Radio Network.
It's a family-owned company and a top workplace in the region.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns before the first pitch. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show. Weekdays at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
Non-stop destination, CBG will get you from the dugout to your destination in no time. Fly to Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and more. Book your flights now at CBG Airport.
They do best, and that is score in the first inning. No team in baseball scores more in the first than the Reds. And they've got an early one-run advantage. Nick Martinez ready to go to work now against the Royals. First pitch on the way to Jonathan India is a fastball taken down low for ball 1, 1-0. The former Red hitting .226. A home run, 12 RBIs in his first year in a Royals uniform. Hitting at the top of their order, the 1-0 pitch. He swings and lines it. A low liner, but it's caught on a short hop at third by Lux, and he'll throw to first in time to get India, and there's one down. That'll bring up Bobby Witt Jr. This guy is one of the best players in the game of baseball right now. He's hitting .299, 5 homers, 28 RBIs. He leads Major League Baseball with his 20 doubles. And the first pitch to him. Swung on, he pops it up. Right in the middle of the diamond. Over from first base, it's Spencer Steer to make the catch, and there are 2 gone. Boy, he loved to get that guy on one pitch.
On one pitch on an infield pop-up. You don't see that happen very often. You'll take that all day and every day.
Nick Martinez has been throwing the ball awfully well. Really, it goes back now 5 starts for Martinez. He's only allowed more than 2 runs once in that stretch. So Martinez has really been pitching well. He's making his 11th start today, but the record is just 2-5. He pours in a first pitch strike to Vinny Pasquantino, and the count is 0-1.
You know, Martinez is the kind of pitcher that doesn't get a free pass for a bad outing because his stuff is not great, but his control is exacting, and that's where his strength of pitching is.
There's the 0-1 pitch. Pasquantino takes a ball off the outside corner. Changeup from Nick Martinez, and now it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Pasquantino hitting .249, 8 homers, 30 RBIs. Here's the 1-1. And Pasquantino swings, pops it foul left side. That'll find the seats. Backing out of play. 1-2 now on Pasquantino. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Martinez, the drop step, kick, and pitch. And Pasquantino takes in the dirt. The Royals have been doing a little roster shuffling here lately, trying to find an answer to their struggling offense. They are one of the lowest scoring teams in baseball. They had former Red Hunter Renfroe for a little while. They cut him loose a couple of days ago. And they just brought up John Rave today from AAA Louisville. Now Pasquantino swings and launches one high and deep to right. Back goes Benson at the wall. He's just in front of the wall to make the catch in front of the Royals bullpen for the final out here in the first. It's a tough park to get it out of, and Pasquantino certainly knows that all too well. He gave it a ride, but it's the final out here on the Royals.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Music in our beer hall or sitting in our fabulous beer garden. Everyone loves it at our house.
Tyler Stevenson leads off the Reds' second inning. Reds are up 1-0 here at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. It is a beautiful setting, but today is not exactly a beautiful day. It is 64 degrees. That's your Timstar game time temperature today. Get complete home comfort with the Timstar heating and cooling system. Find a local Timstar dealer at timstar.com. Lorenzen to Stevenson, and Stevenson takes him right back up the middle with a line drive on into center field for a base hit. Stevenson came in hitting 177, but he took that pitch from Lorenzen and sent it right back where it came from.
Well, one of the things that Michael Lorenzen has done as well as anybody this year is throw first pitch strikes, and that's part of the strategy of the Reds core here today when they go to Chris Valleca, the hitting coach. You know, bringing a game plan to the game is important, and getting after him early on is a big priority.
Now Will Benson bats, and Benson takes a first pitch cutter up and away for ball one. 1-0 the count on Benson. Tell you what, Benson's coming off kind of a unfortunate series against the Cubs. He hit the ball hard almost every time he came to the plate and didn't have a whole lot to show for it. Swung a check swing foul into the net. Count is even, 1-1 on Will Benson.
The damage that Benson has done here for the Reds, and has been good enough that he was a player of the week a week or so ago, is that a lot of them came on breaking balls. We'll see if the Royals are going to make an adjustment and come after him with fastballs.
Benson played in all 3 games of the Cubs series, had only 1 hit. The pitch is a little low on a changeup down. 2 balls, a strike, the count on Will Benson. Tyler Stevenson is at first base with nobody out. Reds are up 1-0. We're in the second. Lorenzen ready at the belt. Here's the right-hander's 2-1 pitch, and Benson swings, skies one a mile high into left field. Nick Lofton will move back. Fighting the raindrops, he'll make the catch. There's one down, back to first, Tyler Stevenson.
Yeah, Lorenzen did a good job of getting the hitter out of his timing a little bit. 2 fastballs to start, a changeup down in the dirt, and then a high fastball that Benson was on, but just a hair behind and a lazy fly ball to left.
That'll bring up Matt McLean with a runner at first base and 1 man out. Lorenzen delivers, and the pitch to McLean is a check swing and a slider down and away. But he went. The count is 0-1. It's a rain that clearly these 2 teams can play through right now. It's not pouring. It's pesky. Here's the 0-1 pitch to McLean. He swings and pops this one high into the air to short center field. On in a hurry, Kyle Isbell. And he'll get there and make the catch for the second out. 2 away, here's Garrett Hampson. Reds fans, are you looking for a healthy, organic, and delicious snack that can be enjoyed by everyone? Then grab yourself some Made Good organic strawberry bites at Kroger today. Runner on at first base, 2 outs. Garrett Hampson standing in. Lorenzen delivers. The pitch to Hampson is off the inside corner. Hampson getting the start here. He was in a Royals uniform all year last year. Said that this is the first time he has ever played in this park as a visitor. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball, a little bit low and outside. He goes, I've never been in the visiting clubhouse here till today. That's always a little bit of an unusual feeling, especially when you're playing at a place that you called home. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch to Garrett Hampson. He swings. It's a soft chopper up the third base line. It's going to be a tough play. Garcia gloves, throws, close. Hampson beat it out. He has good speed. He had it on display right there. Tell you what, Michael Garcia did everything he could have possibly done. That ball picked up a lot of water in the grass as it rolled up toward third. And Garcia still got a good throw off, accurately and close, but Hampson beats it out.
Well, the ball was still rolling when Garcia got to it, so he gloved it first, made the transfer, and then threw to first base. A lot of times you'll see a fielder make a do-or-die play, try to barehand that ball, but the ball was just rolling too hard.
Here's T.J. Friedel. Runners at first and second base, 2 outs. The pitch, and Friedel swings. It's a bouncing ball to the right side. It's a foot race between Friedel and Lorenzen as the first baseman Pasquantino gloves and feeds it to the pitcher, covering in time to get Friedel inning over. The Reds threaten with a couple of base runners, but strand him in the second. It's 1-0 Reds.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance. What? Boom.
Interviews with the players.
Get back to the fastball. I know what that passion feels like.
And a little bit.
Keeping.
You behave properly.
Hey.
Of everything else.
Come on, Marlins.
The window seats are. The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the problem.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Bill Cunningham, for your ears only. Tomorrow at 12 noon on 700 WLW.
Salvador Perez will lead off the Kansas City second inning. It is 1-0 in favor of the Reds. Perez is hitting .224, 3 homers, 24 driven in. Right-hander Nick Martinez goes to work now against Perez. First pitch to him is right in there for a called strike. Good slider. The count's 0-1. Martinez bouncing again, back and forth, now home of the 0-1, and a swing and a miss and a changeup, and that time an ugly swing from Perez, and Nick Martinez slipped on the delivery.
Boy, you hardly ever see Perez take a swing like that. He's almost like he was trying to hit a butterfly coming in there. Waited till as long as he could until he finally swung the bat a little bit. Even if he hit it, it wouldn't have gone very far.
0-2, the count on Perez. Martinez back home now with the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a broken back ground ball to third. Up with it is Gavin Lux. He'll throw to first in time, and they just do get the out. It almost pulled Spencer Steer off the bag, but he was able to keep the bag just enough to get the out.
Yeah, throwing accurately after the ball has been on the ground, especially in the grass, picking up all that moisture. It's going to be tough today.
You talked about it being tough on the outfielders. It'll be tough on the infielders. It's going to be a challenge for everybody.
I mean, the uniforms are already soaked.
Yeah. The kick and pitch to Michael Garcia. That's a strike on the inside corner at the knees. The count is 0-1.
But it's not raining hard enough to put the tarp out. And I think they're afraid that once they put the tarp out, it's going to be a long wait.
Here's the 0-1. In the dirt outside. Heavy stuff's not coming down for a while, right?
I've seen that movie.
I'd play through. 1-1 on Garcia. Martinez back home now with a 1-1. Swinging, there's a soft tapper back to the mound. Martinez has it. He'll just flip it over to Steer. 2 down. I tell you what, so far now, I get it. It's very early. We're only 5 batters into it. But all of the contact against Nick Martinez, save for maybe that fly ball from Pasquantino, there's been a lot of very, very weak contact.
Yeah, I think what happens if you get a lot of contact early, you go deeper into a ball game. And that's one thing that Terry Francona wants more than anything out of Martinez today.
Bullpen was worked over a lot in that Cubs series. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner at the knees with a cutter, and the count is 0-1.
Also helps throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, but quality strikes.
John Rave, his first big league at bat. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He swings and he hits a weak roller foul up the first base line. The count is 0-2. Rave really earned his promotion to the big leagues. This is a guy that was a 5th round pick of the Royals out of Illinois State. He's from not too far away. He was born in Canton, Illinois, went to high school in Bloomington. But he worked his way through the Royals system. Has really been with their AAA team since last year, well, 2023. Got called up. Oh, not quite to the halfway point of the 23 season. Was there for the rest of that year and last year. Now the pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes on John Rave. Rave, never a guy that was a huge prospect, but he's hit.
The Royals had Hunter Renfroe that they signed to a pretty big time deal, and they DFA'd him a week or so ago, and that opened up an opportunity for Rave to come up.
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He went after a good changeup down. And down on strikes, John Rave in his first big league at bat. It's the first strikeout of the afternoon for Nick Martinez. We've completed 2 in Kansas City, and the Reds have a 1-0.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance. What? Boom.
Interviews with the players.
Get back to the fastball. I know what that passion feels like.
And a little bit.
Keeping.
You behave properly.
Hey.
Of everything else.
Come on, Marlins.
The window seats are.
The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the problem.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
And buy better at Columbia Chevrolet.
Spencer Steer comes to the plate, leading off the Reds' 3rd inning. 1-0 in favor of the Reds. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for the Reds here in the 3rd inning. Lorenzen's back to work, and his first pitch to Spencer Steer is off the outside corner as Lorenzen starts him off with a breaking ball away. 1 ball, no strikes on Steer. Strikeout in his first at bat. Now Lorenzen delivers, and Steer punches one through the right side of the infield, a base hit. Just out of the reach of the second baseman, Massey. It's kicked slightly by Rave out right, but not far enough to tempt Steer to go to second base. So it's a base hit for Steer.
But Steer went right down there and got a pitcher's pitch. It was a breaking ball down and away, down on the knees, right on the outer part of the plate. And it was almost like he was looking for that off-speed pitch, took it right into right field.
Now Ellie De La Cruz. Ellie walked his first time up. Lorenzen brings it home, and the first pitch to Ellie is A changeup down for ball one.
Ellie has modified his stance slightly at home plate, batting left-handed. Normally his right foot, his front foot, is way behind him, almost all the way to the line of the batter's box.
Now he swings, grounds it through the left side, base hit. Up to second base is Spencer Steer, and the Reds have 2 on with nobody out.
He shortened that little stride up a little bit, makes him a little bit more compact, which is not easy when you're 6 feet 6 inches tall.
Chris, it looked like that's exactly what he was trying to do right there.
Yeah.
They had the shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr., pulled up the middle. Michael Garcia was the only one really guarding the hole, and Ellie was able to find it.
You know, modifying his stance gave him a little bit more balance, I think, able to hit that ball the other way.
So now runners at first and second base with nobody out. Here's Austin Hayes. A sac fly for Hayes to right field in his first at bat. Now Hayes tried to check his swing, but he went around on a breaking ball, and the count is 0-1.
I mean, he is ready to hit coming out of the on-deck circle, Hayes is. So it's almost a cinch that a pitcher is not going to give him a first pitch fastball anymore because the book is out.
0-1, the count on Hayes. Lorenzen to the plate, and Hayes takes in off the plate. That leaving the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Hayes 15 for his last 43 over an 11-game span. A lot of extra base hits in there. Now he swings and he hits a bouncing ball to third. Racing to the bag and not in time. Garcia couldn't beat Spencer Steer to the base. And everybody's safe. So now the question is, do the Royals want to challenge this or not? It was a bang-bang play over there. It'll go as a fielder's choice, and now the Royals say go ahead and take a look at it.
Well, the baseball rule on a play like this is to get it out somewhere. And it looked like there was a little bit of indecision by the third baseman Garcia because he looked at second, he looked at first, and then he decided to go to third base. And it is awfully close.
Remember, the call on the field is safe, which means it's got to be indisputable to overturn it. I mean, the looks we've seen, it almost looks like a tie. And a tie is not going to get that overturned. Boy, I don't think it could get any closer.
Well, what we're seeing here on the monitor in the booth and then on the big screen in the scoreboard, shows you how close it is. But if you remember, Tommy, and you made the tour of the replay review room, they can slow this down frame by frame.
Right.
I mean, that you really can't see at home or you can't see on the scoreboard. And they usually get it right in review.
I think Garcia got him maybe by a frame.
And it could be just the spike on his shoe hits the base before the spike on the sliding Spencer Steer gets there.
That's the part where the defender actually has the advantage because
after review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. Kansas City retains the count.
So Steer's out. It'll go 5 unassisted. It's a fielder's choice.
Nothing that Spencer Steer could have done any differently. I mean, he was running as hard as he could. He made a great slide. And just a bang-bang play that went against the Reds.
Well, and that's one of those, too, where what I was starting to say is the fielder has the advantage in that play because they can run through the base, whereas the runner just has to go to the base. So you're naturally going to slow down when you go into your slide. Here's Lux. First and second, 1 out, the pitch. Gavin takes breaking ball down low for ball 1, 1-0. First and second with 1 out. The Reds leading it 1-0 in the third and trying to add to it. Lux tied for 5th in the National League with his 14 doubles this year. Lorenzen fires and Lux swings. He loops it into short center field. It's falling and it's down for a hit. Ellie's around third, heading home. The throw goes to second. Around to third is Hayes. An RBI single for Gavin Lux has doubled the Reds' lead. It's 2-0.
Well, a really good read by Ellie De La Cruz, the base runner. He knew immediately, based on where the outfielders were playing, that little looper was going to fall in front of the center fielder. He wasted no time at all. And, of course, with his speed, once he gets it going, rounds third base and comes on in very easily without a throw.
See if the Reds can keep it going now with Tyler Stevenson, who rifled a base hit right back up the middle past Lorenzen in his first at bat, leading off the second. Stevenson was stranded at second base. Lorenzen sets and fires. The pitch, Stevenson a check swing strike, and it's 0-1. Looks like it's Blue Poncho Day here at Kauffman Stadium today. 0-1 the count. Lorenzen readies at the belt. He throws. And a breaking ball is just off the outside corner, and that'll even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a rainy afternoon here in Kansas City on this Memorial Day. Lorenzen sets ready. He throws, and that is in tight to Stevenson. 2 balls and a strike.
Now, right now in this inning, the Reds are getting all the breaks. A blue pit by Steer, a ground ball opposite field by Ellie De La Cruz just found a hole. The blue pit by Lux. Lorenzen's got to feel like he's getting the short end here so far.
The 2-1. Swing, and this one's lined to right center field. That's a hit. Another run for the Reds as Hayes scores. Around to third base goes Lux on the RBI single to right center field by Tyler Stevenson. And the Reds have a 3-0 lead.
That's the Tyler Stevenson that we have been looking for right there. Almost coming out of the on-deck circle, ready to hit a line drive into right field. That is classic. We've seen that a lot of times.
The Reds keep the line moving, and now the pitching coach Brian Sweeney is out to visit with Michael Lorenzen. And this is a Royals team, like we talked about. They have struggled to score runs, and I mean, it has been a serious struggle. You feel pretty good if you can put up 3 runs against this Kansas City team.
Well, if you do, it's always good, and the Reds saw the need for doing this over the weekend is to keep adding on.
Yes, there's no doubt.
If you let up the gas, you just never know what's going to happen, especially on a day like today where the weather elements are going to play a part in this ball game.
Here's Will Benson with runners at first and third and 1 man out. Lorenzen has the sign. He sets at the belt. The pitch to Benson is way off the plate outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. On this Memorial Day, baseball pauses to remember those brave men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice in service to our country. Go to MLBtogether.com to learn more about how you can support military families grieving the loss of a loved one. Cutter inside, 2-0 now on Will Benson. First and third, 1 out. All the players and umpires, field personnel wearing a poppy patch. There's a swinging strike to Will Benson in honor of the military men and women lost in the line of duty. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count on Benson. Here's the 2-0. Way high and outside, now 3-1. First and third, 1 out, 3 balls, 1 strike, the count on Benson. Matt McLain waiting on deck. Lorenzen sets ready. Here's the 3-1. And Benson golfs this one high in the air, right center field. Fairly well hit, but the park will hold it. Racing over is the right fielder, Rave. He'll make the catch on the edge of the track. Tagging at third to score is Lux. 3rd run of the inning for the Reds, and it's now 4-0.
I think that is the difference right there between Will Benson now and Will Benson, say, last year. Last year, in situations like that, he often became a strikeout victim. And you've got to put a bat on the ball with a runner at third base less than 2 out. He hit it far enough all the way to the warning track, got the run in. That's a team at bat right there for Benson.
And as such, a hero's welcome on his return to the dugout. Matt McLain takes a look at a strike on a slider over the outside corner. The count is 0-1. Another really nice piece of hitting there from a Reds hitter. Reds have put up 3 here in the 3rd. The 0-1 pitch to McLain. Breaking ball misses off the plate outside, and that'll even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike on Matt McLain. Lorenzen's 1-1. Swinging a foul off the catcher, Salvador Perez. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Reds today in their road grays. Royals in their alternate not royal blue, I guess it's the powder blue tops, the white pants. They also sport an all powder blue look. Lorenzen's ready. He steps off and looks the runner back to first. Tyler Stevenson's over at first base. He's there with 2 outs. It's ball and 2 strikes on Matt McLain. The Reds have 4 runs on 7 hits so far as they bat with 2 outs here in the third. Lorenzen's 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball down and away, and the count is even 2-2.
The Royals were just coming off a trip to Minnesota where they were walked off 2 times. They won the final game 2-1. Low-scoring, tight ball games. They haven't seen this kind of run output in about 4 or 5 days now.
It was an extra inning game that they had yesterday in Minnesota as well. Breaking ball into the dirt. Count runs full on McLain. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Matt showing some signs here over the last few games. He's hit safely in each of the last 3 games. Going 4 for 12 over that stretch with a run scored and a double. Lorenzen's payoff pitch. There goes the runner. It's grounded back up the middle. It kicks off Lorenzen toward third. Michael Garcia will handle it, but no play anywhere. That's a base hit for McLain right back up the middle off the shoe of Lorenzen. They'll go out and check on him, but I think he's going to be okay. He's trying to wave everybody off.
Did he get the shoe or did he get the pitching rubber?
Well, could have hit that.
It did get the foot, and it popped way up in the air. Nowhere that it's going to hurt Lorenzen. In fact, he waved off the trainer. But that's a nice hard hit ball by McLain. You're right. He's coming along a little bit, made a couple of adjustments at the plate, and it's beginning to pay off.
Runners at first and second with 2 outs for Garrett Hampson. He's the 8th Red to bat in the inning, and Hampson takes a breaking ball that's off the outside corner, 1-0.
Suddenly you look up now, and Lorenzen's got 51 pitches.
It's one of the things the Reds did a really good job of in the Cubs series is driving up the pitch count of the Cubs starters. They're doing it again here against Michael Lorenzen. The 1-0. Hampson swings, sends a high pop-up down the right field line. Out goes Pasquantino into foul territory, and he'll make the catch just beyond the dugouts. So the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the third here in Kansas City. The Reds put up a 3-run third.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. The bats have come alive.
A showstopper.
We're just playing Powerball.
This place doesn't know what hit him.
These teams are entertaining, are they not?
The show continues. Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Online at championsavenow.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Brantley. Your Reds play on 700 WLW, the home of the Cincinnati Reds.
Cool rainy day in Kansas City, but the Reds bats are hot. It is a 4-0 Reds lead. The Royals bat for the 3rd time. Nick Lofton will lead it off for Kansas City here in the home third. Bottom third of the order, Nick Martinez has retired the first 6 Royals that have come to the plate. The right-hander brings it home, and the first pitch is off the inside corner. Fastball that sinks down and in on the right-handed hitting Lofton. Lofton only playing in his 2nd game. 1 for 4, a double. The 1-0 pitch, and Lofton takes a strike. It was Lofton that was brought up when the Royals designated Hunter Renfroe for assignment. Then they made the move today to bring up John Rave, sending out Cavan Biggio. Swinging a soft line drive right to third. To a knee, it's Gavin Lux to make the catch. About chest high, and there's one down. That'll bring Michael Massey to the plate as we take a look at today's Reds Hall of Fame and Museum trivia question of the game. It's Reds Royals trivia this series. Former Red and 2021 National League Rookie of the Year, Jonathan India, is in his first season with the Royals. The pitch is off the plate outside. The fastball, the count is 1-0 on Massey. Who is the only Royals Rookie of the Year winner to wear a Reds uniform during his major league career? The pitch swung on, and Massey got out in front of it, hits a fly ball to medium depth right field. Moving toward the line is Benson to haul it in for the second out. A. Clint Hurdle, B. Sweet Lou Pinella, or C. Kurt Stillwell. Then what's your answer?
I'm going to go with the left-handed hitter that once graced the cover of Sports Illustrated. That would be Clint Hurdle.
Okay. Wow. Swinging a high pop-up, shallow left center field. I was thinking it was Kurt Stillwell. The left fielder moving over. Austin Hayes will make the catch. I guess I'll give you my final answer when we come back. Chris has it in the fourth with the Reds up 4-0 on the Reds Radio Network.
Your summer starts here.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Off Base is coming in a brand new format. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs as they explore all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast, Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network. The MLB Network Podcast is here. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance, Sundays at 11:30 Eastern.
Well, a 4-0 ball game here at Kauffman Stadium in rainy and wet Kansas City, Missouri, and it was the 6-pitch inning by Nick Martinez in the bottom of the third that sent the Royals down 1-2-3, and that gave the grounds crew a little bit of chance to come out here and do a little manicuring on the field. They've dumped some diamond dry over there by first base. That's a low spot. They've taken care of the home plate area with the same, and they've got the grounds crew now just finishing up after dotting a little bit on the pitching mound, and that's where it really needed the most help, because you could see the mud collecting in the spikes of the pitchers, Nick Martinez and Michael Lorenzen. And Lorenzen now is all set to go, it looks like. And we will go to the Reds here and the top of the lineup. TJ Friedel will come to bat for the third time this afternoon. 1 for 2 with a run scored. He led the ball game off with a double right down the right field line and eventually came around to score that first run on a sacrifice fly from Austin Hayes. So the former Red, Michael Lorenzen, on now again for the 4th inning. Pitching now from the full windup. He hasn't had too many pitches from the full windup. Reds have had leadoff runners on in each of the first 3 innings. And the first pitch to Friedel is high and away, ball 1. Friedel now has raised his average to 287. And pitch way in the dirt, and he had a dance to get out of the way of that one. 2 balls and no strikes. Lorenzen's changed his full windup a little bit from the time he was with the Reds. He's got almost a Johnny Cueto twist. Lifts his left leg up and then twists all the way around, a la Cueto or Louis Tion. That pitch is upstairs and out of the zone. 3-0 now to the Reds' leadoff hitter. And we've seen Friedel before. He will not be in a hurry to swing the bat here. The 3-0 is high and a leadoff walk. So again, the Reds reach the leadoff runner in the inning. 4th time in a row in this ball game. And now Spencer Steer. Steer 1 for 2, had a base hit his last time, went into right center field with it. Reds up by 4. They've got 8 hits. And a swing and a foul ball off to the right side by Steer. Lorenzen was in Cincinnati for 7 years. And boy, you know, what I remember a lot about Michael Lorenzen is his ability to be a two-way player. Out of the stretch, checking the runner. Good lead by Friedel, and he will go over to first base, and Friedel will dive back safe. A two-way pitcher, I think he liked to hit as much as he liked to pitch. But if you go back and you start looking at the offensive numbers from Michael Lorenzen, they're very impressive. The 0-1, a runner not going. It's just across the top of the strike zone strike. 0-2 now to Steer. He hit 7 home runs in roughly 142 or 45 at-bats. That comes out to a home run percentage of 4.8%. Up and in, that's way down. A throw by Salvador Perez back toward, and then he will slide in safe. Will TJ Friedel, as he goes back to the bag with his arm outstretched just on the base, and he's very slow getting up down there at first base. Looks like he's up now, all right. Went back in there with that sliding glove that is on his right hand. The 1-2 now to Steer. Off the plate, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So if you 4.8% home run percentage doesn't mean anything unless you put it in perspective. So that's what he is, Lorenzen is. The average major league hitter has a home run percentage of 3.1. Swung on by Steer. That's fouled back, just about to us. And the count holds 2 balls and 2 strikes. So I guess it's good that Michael Lorenzen is not hitting in the lineup against the Reds today. Everybody beginning to take their time a little bit more between pitches. Knock dirt off, get the bat dry. Steer awaits the 2-2. Runner not going. That's in the dirt, and it's going full. Blocked by Salvador Perez. Kept it in front of him, and that's why Steer had to stay at first base. So the question now is, will Terry Francona run Friedel here on the 3-2 pitch? Perez has been very good throwing runners out. A little bigger lead. Hunched down. Runner not going. Swung on and popped up. In the infield it is. First baseman Pasquantino will give way to the second baseman Michael Massey. Massey comes in to make the catch about 15 feet from the pitcher's mound.
You know, I'm thinking about those numbers you gave about Lorenzen's home run prowess. And you wonder if maybe Matt Quatraro's thinking, maybe a power answer is resting in our rotation.
Could be. I mean, I really do believe he just loved to hit. When he was at Cal Fullerton, when the Reds drafted him, he would come out of center field to close games. Now, Ellie De La Cruz swings and misses a bad swing and an off-speed pitch. Nice little first pitch changeup from Michael Lorenzen.
I don't think it's a stretch to say that he enjoyed playing center field and hitting more than pitching.
Yeah, one of the rare athletes that could do both, probably at the big league level. The 0-1 now, Friedel at first, not going. High fly ball, playable to left field. There goes Nick Lofton over near the warning track and will make that catch. And Friedel thinks like he might want to tag up on that, goes halfway and comes back to first. So 2 out in the inning, and we will pause for station ID up and down the Reds Radio Network.
Cloudy skies tonight, a low of 57. Rain tomorrow with storms possible in the afternoon, a high of 65. More rain tomorrow night and on Wednesday, a high back in the 70s. At the home of the Reds, News Radio 700 WLW Cincinnati.
And And it's raining right here at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. The Reds have a 4-0 lead over the Royals. We're in the top of the 4th inning and 2 outs. And Austin Hayes takes a breaking ball outside, ball 1. Reds have been the leadoff runner on in each and every of the 4 innings of this ball game. Hayes awaits and swung on off the tip of the bat. That's a foul into the dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike. Michael Lorenzen now has played on 5 different teams since leaving the Reds after his 7-year stint in Cincinnati. The 1-1 is good swing and a foul straight back by Austin Hayes. Boy, he had a hack and just barely missed it. Lorenzen now peers over his shoulder to check out Friedl at first. 1-2 count, he'll throw over, and Friedl belly flops back in, and he's safe. They had full houses here over the weekend when Kauffman Stadium had the Savannah Bananas here. Not a full house today on a rainy Memorial Day afternoon. The 1-2 is swung on. That's a ground ball foul between the third base bag and the third base coach, J.R. House.
The Bananas are going to be in Cincinnati, playing at Great American Ballpark this summer.
You know, talking to some of the people that worked that series, or that worked the 2 games that Bananas were here, they said it was just a ton of fun. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, I advise you to get out and get them.
The Bananas are to baseball what the Globetrotters are to basketball.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Reds up by 4-0, and that pitch misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
And I think they're good for baseball.
I think it is too. I heard that Mike Moustakas actually played in one of those games.
Jeremy Guthrie also, I think, took part in that. Longtime Royals pitcher.
The 2-2 now to Austin Hayes. That's a pitch just a little bit low, and it goes full.
I think Bronson has played for them at one point, too.
I did not know that.
Pretty sure he did. I might be making that up, but I'm pretty sure it's accurate. Now I got
no way to fact check that.
Yeah, now I got to fact check myself.
The full count, Friedl will definitely be going, and they're going to throw over, and he is back safe. That one was close. Boy, Friedl trying to brush off all the mud and dirt every time he goes back on his belly, and he has got some dirty uniform going right now. Ricky Stowe, who is the Reds equipment manager, is going to have to maybe pass on dinner tonight and scrub that out. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A little bit shorter lead now for Friedl at first, and here comes the payoff pitch. Strike 3 on the corner. Hayes can't believe it. It was a breaking ball right on the knees on the black, and Lorenzen gets a strikeout and out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Reds 4.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
All the big hits.
At the wall, gone! No doubt about it!
All the great grabs.
Oh, wow! You gotta be kidding me! Put a cape on him!
And all the swagger.
And he does it in grand fashion!
Relive the day's biggest plays all in one lightning-fast hour.
Oh, my goodness! What a show! You better believe it!
Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings only on MLB Network.
anywhere. Visit Encore.tech.
After the game, we talk about the game during Extra Innings on News Radio 700 WLW.
Nick Martinez has retired every one of the Royals hitters he's faced through the first 3 innings, and that makes it the leadoff hitter, Jonathan India, to lead off the bottom of the 4th for the Royals. Down 4-0 the Royals are. Reds in control, and Martinez throwing strikes. 0-1 now to India, and he misses downstairs with a little bit of a breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to the former Red second baseman. India, yes, still has the long hair coming out of his helmet. Holds the bat very high. The right-handed hitter now awaits the 1-1. Breaking pitch misses. 2 balls, 1 strike. Martinez almost has as many different pitches as Michael Lorenzen. He throws 6 different offerings. Lorenzen throws 7. Here's a 2-1 now by Martinez. Is way inside. There's 3 balls and a strike. Rocking, and rocking some more on the 3-1, and here comes Martinez, and a pitch is a strike right across the letters of fastball. They did a video tribute to Brady Singer right here in this ballpark before the game began. Of course, it was Singer that came from Kansas City in exchange for Jonathan India during that winter trade. They were teammates at University of Florida and very close friends. Wives are friends. Odd how baseball works. The 3-2 is swung on and lofted into right field. Here comes Benson hard. There goes the first baseman out, and it'll fall in for a base hit. Well, you couldn't have chipped it any better in there with your 60-degree wedge than Jonathan India did on that one. So the first hit of the ball game is a bloop single to right field, and now Bobby Witt Jr.
Pretty funny, right after India got back to first base, he went over. Nick Martinez was standing on the bag, and India gave him a little hug.
Pitch now to Witt is a breaking ball strike.
Martinez wasn't as amused with the hit, I don't think, as Jonathan was.
You know, in a way, it's almost justice because India hit the ball very sharply his first time up and right at the third baseman. Here's the 0-1 to Bobby Witt Jr. Swung on and hit hard into right center field. There goes Benson, the right fielder, into the gap, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. Strong throw back in the infield will keep India right there at first base.
Well, as everyone knows, the game evens itself out. Sure. By the way, my answer to that question is going to be A.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Clint Hurdle.
You will probably be happy. All right, so now the big, strong left-hander comes to the plate. Vinny Pasquantino. Pasquantino, lefty, a big guy. Nicknamed the Italian Nightmare by another former first baseman they had here. George Brett saw him in spring training last year, and that's the nickname he came up with. Pitch misses down to the dirt. 1-0 now to the big, powerful hitting left-hander, and it's a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Do you think he prefers that nickname or Pasquatch better?
I like the Pasquatch, actually.
I think they're giving away Pasquatch bobblehead. No, chains tomorrow.
So maybe you don't have a choice. Wide open stands, Pasquantino has. And he swings and hits a shot up the middle on the ground. It's going to be a base hit. There goes India rounding second base. Here comes a throw from Friedl to third offline, and India will go into third on his belly, safe. So a ground ball right through the box ends up sending the runner at first base over to third, and the Royals have something going in the 4th inning. Tyler Stevenson will head out to the mound, maybe give Martinez a little bit of a breather. This is the first time in this ball game that Martinez has been tested.
Yeah, probably a good idea to be out there right now and just give him a little bit of a break. Give him a chance to regroup, collect himself a little bit.
Martinez breezed through the first 3 innings, throwing only 27 pitches to retire 9 batters. They've got runners on the corners, 1 out, and Salvador Perez, big burly right-handed hitter, holds the bat low right in front of him, crouches down and hits a hard foul ball right against the screen of the Reds dugout. Perez is a 9-time All-Star. He's hit at least 20 home runs in each of his last 8 seasons. Getting a lot of time at DH, but today's behind the plate. Here's the 0-1, and it's just off the plate. Now 1 ball, 1 strike.
I mean, he's got some pretty compelling Hall of Fame credentials as Salvador Perez.
Boy, the return on investment the Orioles have gotten from Perez is amazing. Here's a 1-1 and swung on. That's a little ground ball right to the second baseman. McLean throws to first base, and that's the double play. 4 unassisted over to 3, and the Royals are out of the inning, and no damage to the Reds. 4-0 Reds. We go the top.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance. Boom.
Interviews with the players.
Get back to the fastball. I know what that passion feels like.
And a little bit.
Keeping.
You behave properly.
Hey.
Of everything else.
Come on, Marlins.
The window seats are.
The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the problem.
His podcast on the free iHeartRadio app.
4-0 is this ball game right now. The Reds are in control. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Michael Lorenzen, the starter for the Royals, comes out. He's still in the ball game. They had to wait a few extra minutes while Salvador Perez, who hit into the inning-ending double play, was able to get all of his catcher's gear on. He gets 1 throw, fires to second base, and we'll get it going with Gavin Lux coming to the plate.
Chris, there's a lot of things that I'm in awe about Salvador Perez. You talked about his ability to throw earlier and how successful he's been at throwing out base runners and managing the running game. That is a skill that a lot of times for a lot of catchers diminishes over time. It doesn't seem as though his is diminished at all.
Pitch to Lux is up and away, ball 1. Well, you're right. You know, this year is a good for instance. He has allowed 3 stolen bases and he has thrown 3 runners out. And pitches high, 2-0. Anytime that you're around the 20% success rate for a catcher throwing runners out, you're doing really good. That's about what the Major League average is. This year for Perez, it's 50%. Here's the 2-0 by Lorenzen, and that's high, ball 3.
And he doesn't catch as much as he used to. I mean, he was automatic behind the plate. Hardly ever took a day off as a catcher. Now he's playing some first base.
A little bit of DH. And a pitch is 3-0 right across the top of the strike zone for a 3-1 count now to Gavin Lux. Lux made a 4-0 in the 3rd inning when he came around to score on a sacrifice fly by Will Benson. That's where we are right now, 4-0, and ball 4. And Lorenzen has given up his back-to-back leadoff walks here in the 4th and the 5th innings.
And the trend continues to where the Reds have had their leadoff man on base in every inning. That makes pitching conditions awfully tough, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just puts everybody on notice. It's hard to make plays. And the Reds have done a really good job of making him throw the ball over the plate. Now here's Tyler Stevenson, swings at the first pitch and launches it. High, deep, gone, bye-bye, home run, Tyler Stevenson. Boy, he wasted no time at all jumping on the first thing he saw, and that was a no-doubter of a line drive over the left field fence, 399 feet, and it's a 6-0 ball game.
Great observation you made early on in this game that the Reds are jumping on Michael Lorenzen early in counts. They're not waiting around. Lorenzen likes to get ahead, and that pitch actually looked like it had a little action moving in on Stevenson, and he was still able to get the barrel to it, and a no-doubter into the Reds bullpen.
Well, the 6-0 lead here is Will Benson stepping in, takes the first pitch breaking ball for a strike on the outside corner. And a lot of jubilees and high fives in the Reds dugout. Pitch across the top of the zone. That's a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Benson. Reds now 6 runs on 9 hits. 6-0. And a swing and a miss. Had a mighty hack on an off-speed pitch and got fooled on that one, did Will Benson.
This is now 8 straight games in Kansas City that the Reds have scored 5 or more runs. This is not a hitter-friendly park, I might add.
Ground ball now, backhanded by the shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr., and he fires to first base to get Benson by a step. Nice play by the young shortstop, but that's the first out of the inning. What made that home run by Tyler Stevenson a little bit special, it went right into the Reds bullpen, which is located beyond that screen fence in left field. And they all gave up and gave him kind of a high five salute to the home run as he rounded second and looked out that way. A 1-ball count now to Matt McLean. And McLean takes it just off the plate, 2-0.
A catcher-pitcher relationship special, isn't it?
It is. And there's a lot of that to go around because the Reds are carrying 3 catchers.
That's right.
Here's the 2-0. That's a fastball on the inside corner, strike. Perez down on one knee with a low sign, and here comes the pitch swung on. That's a 1-hopper right to the shortstop. Witt firing across the infield, and 2 down in the inning. And now Garrett Hampson. Hampson, right-handed hitter, very fleet of foot. In fact, he legged out a base hit in the second inning. And he checked swing at the plate. He did not go. That pitch just a little bit down and out of the zone. Well, you can really see the body language of Michael Lorenzen, very frustrated out there. The Reds kind of pecked him to death here with small ones, and then the big one by Tyler Stevenson. Breaking ball strike. Reds trying to get off on the right step of this Midwest road trip they've got. They got Kansas City, and then after an off day, we'll go to play in Wrigley Field for 3 this weekend. And that pitch is inside, 2-1. Crowd has really calmed down here in this ballpark, and there's a ground ball down the line off the right-handed glove of the third baseman, and Hampson takes a big turn at first, and a base hit. Yes, he's going to have to hustle back to the bag with a 2-out single for Garrett Hampson.
Great effort at third by Michael Garcia, trying to dive toward the line, but it hit right off the heel of his glove and kicked away from him. Good idea by Hanson to think about maybe going to second. He took a very aggressive turn. Of course, we've talked about his great speed. He's already had it on display in this game, but probably a good idea to stay put there at first base.
With 1 on and 2 out. TJ Friedel, who's having a pretty good day, Friedel is. He's been on 2 of the 3 plate appearances, and he takes a breaking ball down and in, ball 1.
The quality of TJ Friedel's at-bats have just been tremendous. I think overall this year, but they've been even better here over the last week or so.
Yeah, I would agree. The 1-0 to Friedel is just a little bit off the plate. Well, his strike zone management has been outstanding. And the other thing that he does, and you mentioned it the other day, Tommy, I haven't looked it up yet, the number of 3-ball counts that he has just by making the pitcher work. Here's the 2-0, runner not going, swung on by Friedel, line drive to center field. Here comes the center fielder, that's a base hit. It'll drop right in front of Kyle Isbell on a very short hop. He fields it. And Friedel has another base hit. That's his second knock of the day, third time he's been on base. Isbell looked for a moment like he might want to dive for that ball and just gave up hope and fielded it right at the shoe tops. Now they're getting some activity down in the Royals bullpen. They probably see the beginning of the end here for Michael Lorenzen, who is now has thrown 93 pitches and he's still in the 5th inning.
Angel Zerpa is the pitcher warming up.
And definitely a meeting at the mound that was meant to give the reliever a couple of extra pitches.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about that. That was definitely a stall meeting. You got that right.
Finally, the meeting broken up by Alex Tosi, the home plate umpire, and a breaking ball strike to lead the at-bat off here for Spencer Steer. Steer 1 for 3, a strikeout, a pop-up, and a single into right field in the 3rd inning. A couple of runners on base with 2 outs, and the pitch is up 1-1. Reds scored 1 in the 1st. They scored 3 in the 3rd, and they pushed 2 across here in the 5th inning on a 2-run blast by Tyler Stevenson. 1-1 is check swing and foul straight back for Steer. He's down in the count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Eleven hits now for the Reds. A couple of runners on for Steer, and he swings and fouls it off right side. Lorenzen from the stretch, and another foul ball, and Steer just keeps hanging in there. Maybe a little bit more of a relaxed day here for Terry Francona than it was over the weekend with the Chicago Cubs, because every time the Reds looked up and had a lead, the Cubs would come right back. Pitch outside, that's the ball.
Well, you talked earlier about how you want to continue to add on if you're the Reds. Look at it now that the Reds have done that from the Royals' perspective, knowing that this is a Royals team that doesn't score a lot of runs. They got to be pretty deflated right now.
You want to keep them right there. Here's the 2-2, and it's off the plate. We're going full. So the runners on base, Garrett Hampson on second, TJ Friedel at first. Reds have some speed out there. They'll be going on the 3-2 pitch. Set in the long hole by Lorenzen. Steer awaits, and a swing and a foul at the plate. Runners go back. We'll do it again. Three balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Reds up 6-0, trying to add it on a little bit here, and Steer hits it and flies it shallow right field. There goes the second baseman, Michael Massey, out, and he puts it away for the 3rd out of the inning. But in the inning, a 2-run home run by Tyler Stevenson makes it a 6-0 Reds lead. We'll be back right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
When you hear words like pediatric cancer, inoperable, extreme...
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Off Base is coming in a brand new format. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs as they explore all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast, Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network. The MLB Network Podcast is here. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance, Sundays at 11:30 Eastern.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Tomorrow at 5 a.m. on 700 WLW.
Well, a happy 6-0 scoreboard. Reds over the Royals as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Bottom of the 5th brought to you by Boone County Bourbon. And Martinez fires the first pitch strike. Visit the gift shop at Boone County Bourbon for distillery-only limited releases and tours. Also book your next event, wedding, meeting, or party at the event center. Boone County Distilling. The 0-1 now by Martinez is swung on to right field. That ought to be easy for Will Benson, moving a little bit towards the line and puts it away for the first out of the inning. Michael Garcia now 0 for 2. In fact, there are a lot of 0-fers in this ball game already for the Royals. They have only been able to get a couple of base hits. Both of those came last inning, one by Jonathan India, a little bloop fly into right field, and Pasquantino had a base hit. And now John Rave, the left-handed hitting rookie, comes up and takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. Rave making his major league debut here this afternoon. And Martinez through the plate is a slow breaking ball for a strike. Ray was doing pretty well down there in Omaha. That's their AAA franchise, hitting a little bit over 300. Check swing at the plate did not go. Wish he had, and it's right on the edge for a strike. One ball, 2 strikes. 9 home runs, 25 driven in. He's got good speed. A lefty hitter now down in the count. Here comes Nick Martinez, and he bounces that one. It's 2-2. Hope you're having a tremendous Memorial Day where we remember our heroes that gave their lives so we can live in freedom. Let's honor them by living with purpose and kindness every day. Here's a 2-2 pitch by Nick Martinez. Swung on, fouled off left side, and John Rave hangs in there. John Rave, a 27-year-old rookie. Product of Illinois State. Feet close together, hands held high, and it's a ball. It's way upstairs, ball 3. Reds in left field on Rave are playing very shallow. Austin Hayes really snug in towards the infield. Swing and a miss. Got him on a breaking ball. A couple of strikeouts in his first 2 major league plate appearances for John Rave, and 2 out in the inning for Nick Martinez.
Those are Martinez's only 2 strikeouts today.
So now with 2 outs, here's Nick Lofton. Lofton also recently up from the AAA franchise. He fouls it off. That'll go against the screening down by the camera well on the third base side. I guess there was no question as to whether we would get this game in, or at least started. But there is rain in the area. It doesn't look like it's going to let up. Pitch is inside, corner, sure strike. Boy, Martinez is just all over the edges of the strike zone here this afternoon. And he's in a hurry. Just got a little bit of a warning from Alex Tosi, the home plate umpire, to give the hitter a chance to get in the box. Little fly ball into center field. Here comes Friedel. Benson over. Friedel will make the catch for the third out of the inning. Another 1-2-3 inning in the books for Nick Martinez. 4 of them on the day. 5 innings overall. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 6-0 Reds on the Reds Radio Network.
All the big hits.
At the wall, gone! No doubt about it!
All the great grabs.
Oh, wow! You gotta be kidding me! Put a cape on him!
And all the swagger.
And he does it in grand fashion!
Relive the day's biggest plays all in one lightning-fast hour.
Oh, my goodness! What a show! You better believe it!
Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings, only on MLB Network.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Serpa's 25-year-old. He's a left-hander that comes in here with a high earned run average, but mainly because he has not thrown all that many innings and had one big blow-up game.
That'll turn around to Ellie De La Cruz, and he swings from the right side, grounds it up the middle. Great play, Witt throws in time. Tell you what, you go that far and you're still able to get Ellie De La Cruz on a ground ball. Woo. You've got not only some good range, but a heck of an arm, and Bobby Witt just showed them both off right there.
And Ellie's running. I mean, it's not like he's favoring his hamstring in any way. He's running hard down the line, but that's just how good Bobby Witt is. Kind of a subplot to look at in this 3-game series. When Ellie De La Cruz does get the call to go play shortstop, you have 2 emerging superstar shortstops right here in the same series.
Here's Austin Hayes. And Serpa, the left-hander, turns it loose. First pitch to Hayes is off the plate outside for ball 1.
I mean, I guess that Bobby Witt Jr. has emerged.
Yeah, I would say he has arrived on the scene.
I would say that Ellie has as well.
Yeah, no doubt. Hayes swings, skies one in the air, left field, shallow. Out goes the shortstop. That's Witt again. And almost on top of the line. A step into fair territory, makes the catch, and Hayes is out number 2. And just like Ellie, Bobby Witt can go get a pop-up, too. Gavin Lux will stand in. Yeah, I mean, these are 2 of the most exciting players in the game. There's no question about it. I mean, you look at the numbers for Bobby Witt Jr. last year, and, you know, if you are into this sort of thing, like the park-adjusted numbers, Bobby Witt's season was right up there with Aaron Judge, who ended up winning the MVP award. Here's Santiago Espinal. He's batting in place of Lux, and the first pitch is in there for a strike called. 0-1 on Espinal. Boy, Espinal has been playing a lot, and he's been playing at a high level. Tito giving him half the day off today. In there now, and the pitch is low and inside. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Espinal. Serpa's into his windup. Here's the 1-1. Espinal put a good swing on it, fouled it straight back. Strike 2. Serpa getting Ellie De La Cruz to ground out is the first time that the Royals have retired the Reds' leadoff man in an inning today. Serpa's 1-2 pitch. Espinal swings and fouls that right into the ground at home plate. Let's get the answer to our trivia question. Former Red and 2021 NL Rookie of the Year, Jonathan India, is in his first season with the Royals. Who is the only Royals Rookie of the Year winner to wear a Reds uniform during his major league career? A. Clint Hurdle, B. Lou Piniella, or C. Kurt Stillwell? Swung on, fouled back. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. I thought it was Kurt Stillwell. Then you corrected me when we were talking it through over the break, and you said, well, no, Kurt Stillwell came up with the Reds and then went to the Royals, which is obviously correct. So that's why I went with Clint Hurdle, following your lead. Here's the 1-2. Espinal takes high, and the count evens. We were both wrong. You were so confident that you knew the answer.
Confident.
Don Free, our on-site engineer, had it right. We should have listened to Don. It was B. Lou Piniella. Here's the 2-2. Swinging. There's a ground ball headed toward the middle. Witt dives, fields it, but can't make a clean exchange. And Espinal will reach on a 2-out single. When he reached for the ball just kind of rolled right out of his glove past his hand. So Espinal is aboard. Outfielder Lou Piniella was the American League's Rookie of the Year in 1969 and managed the Reds from 90 to 92. So it didn't say play for the Reds, huh? Wear a Reds uniform during his major league career. See?
There's that fine print again.
There it is. They got us. Ground ball down the third base line off the bat of Stevenson, fielded by Garcia. And the throw pulls Pasquantino off the bag. It was a very, very casual throw from Michael Garcia after fielding that slow roller inside the bag at third. And it pulled Pasquantino off the base toward home plate.
Yeah, I would call that a low-effort play right there. Just kind of a flat-foot throw. Thought he was going to get it over there on a fly. It didn't come close to getting there on a fly. In fact, the fielder Pasquantino ended up fielding it on one hop way over by the coach's box.
It is an error, and now Will Benson takes ball one. So an E5. But at any rate, Tyler Stevenson's on for the fourth time today. 2 singles, a home run. Now he reaches on the air. The 1-0 to Benson is a strike. Fastball at the knees evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. Benson tried to check his swing, and he went around on the appeal to third.
You know, I was also wrong about Clint Hurdle winning the Rookie of the Year award. I know that he was the #1 pick in all the draft in 1975, but he never did win the Rookie of the Year.
There you have it. He was Manager of the Year.
Yeah.
Benson hits it on the ground sharply, but to the second baseman. Massey Fields gives it up to Witt, covering at second, forcing out Stevenson, and that does it for the Reds here in the 6th inning. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still the Reds 6, Royals nothing on the Reds Radio Network.
When the Reds are hot.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Turn on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night, live and commercial-free.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning, presented by Ram Trucks. Every night, all season long on MLB.tv.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
edoorsales.com.
The voice of common sense transmitted to an uncommon world. Scott Sloan, tomorrow morning at 9 on 700 WLW.
Nick Martinez still out there for the Reds. Royals come to bat here in the bottom of the 6th inning, 6-0 in favor of the Redlegs. And Martinez goes to work now against Michael Massey, and his first pitch is up and away for ball one. 1-0 on Massey. This one has been all Redlegs today. Martinez to the plate now with the 1-0 pitch, and it's swung on and popped foul back to the left side out of play. The Reds, as they have done so often this year, more than any other team in baseball, got out to a lead in the first with 1. Here's the pitch, swung on, fouled back to the left side out of play. Off the facade of the upper deck and back down below. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count on Michael Massey. The Reds added to their lead, scoring 3 times in the 3rd, and then a 2-run home run by Tyler Stevenson in the 5th. The pitch. Massey fouls it back, and still a ball and 2 strikes.
You know, tracking exit velocity is one way to figure out whether the pitcher is being hit hard or not. And if you go back to 2023, Nick Martinez has got the 2nd best in baseball.
Massey hits a line drive just out of the reach of Matt McLean, and that's into right field for a base hit. So Massey's on with a leadoff single in the 6th. Second time today that the Royals have had their leadoff man aboard.
And some guys specialize in a lot of strikeouts, others specialize in weak contact. That was probably the best hit ball today by Massey, and it was a single into right field.
Massey on. Now the batter is Kyle Isbell. Martinez brings it home. Isbell takes a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Isbell out on a fly to left his first time up. Massey off the bag at first base. Now the pitch, and it's in there for a strike right down the middle. I bet Isbell watched that go by and went, give me that one again. Nothing in 2. The pitch. Off the plate outside. A fastball running away from the left-handed hitting Isbell. Isbell just shy of 280. Came in hitting 276 on the year. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And he reaches for it, pops it in the air. Short left field. Out goes the shortstop. In comes the left fielder. It'll be Austin Hayes to make the catch. Espinal, by the way, staying in the game. He's at third base. Now Jonathan India hits. India's 1 for 2 today. He singled and had the Royals' first hit of the afternoon, singling into short right field for a base hit. Now he takes a strike. Martinez from the belt fires, and India watches a strike. I think India maybe disagreed. Now he'll back out of the box, shaking his head, thinking that pitch might have been a little low or perhaps inside. But the thing that made it tricky is that pitch was running in. Those always look a little further inside than maybe they actually are. Here's the 0-2 pitch now to Jonathan India. Swung on, fouled straight back. Now the 0-2 pitch. India reaching for it, pops it foul to the right side out of play. Jonathan India was an appealing player to the Royals for Now India pops it up right over by first base. Spencer Steer into foul territory makes the catch on that shallow pop-up. 2 men are out.
It's really amazing story for the Royals in 2023. They lost more than 100 games, and they came right back last year and made the playoffs. And that's with having a leadoff hitter, and that leadoff spot on base percentage was around 269, which is not acceptable for any leadoff hitters on base percentage.
Here's the pitch to Bobby Witt Jr., and he swings and fouls it back for strike one.
And they thought that they were dealing with a position of strength when they traded Brady Singer away. They had a couple of off-season free agent signings that brought pitchers in here that stabilized the starting rotation, although they've got a couple of guys on the injured list right now.
Here's the 0-1. Swinging a soft ground ball to the shortstop. Up with it is Hampson. He'll feed it to McLean, covering at second base to force out Massey. And that does it for the Royals in the 6th. On to the 7th inning. It's the Reds 6, Royals nothing on the Reds Radio Network.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns,
Perfect balance.
Boom.
interviews with the players,
Get back to the fastball. I know what that passion feels like.
and a little bit
Keeping.
You behave properly.
Hey.
of everything else.
Come on, Marlins.
The window seats are.
The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the problem.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Well, in a 6-0 ball game, the Kansas City Royals are going to go to the bullpen, bring in the third pitcher of the game. It'll be a left-hander, Evan Sisk. He was drafted by the Cardinals 16th round of 2018. And here he is into this ball game, the only fourth game that he has pitched in this year. In fact, this is the fourth game of his major league career.
Reds have a 6-0 lead as they bat here in the 7th inning. Step up to something grand. Toyota Grand Highlander has more power and more room with a full-size third row with 3 different powertrains, including a 362 horsepower hybrid max EV. Matt McLean will lead off the Reds 7th. It has been raining all day long here in Kansas City. In fact, it probably started, about 30 minutes before first pitch? Well, probably about an hour before first pitch, and it has been unrelenting. It's not been raining hard at all. Probably the hardest it rained at all was at the start of the game. It has let up, but it is still raining lightly here in Kansas City as the Reds and Royals play through it.
Well, you're from this area. Is this what you would call a farmer's rain?
Sure.
Okay.
I wasn't a farmer, though. Lived around plenty of them. Here's the 1-0. And it's a strike on the inside corner.
So if you were not a Reds broadcaster, you wouldn't be driving the tractor?
No.
Okay.
I would not. No. The 1-1 pitch. Swinging a foul. I've fed some cattle before. Does that count for anything?
Yeah, sure it does.
Okay. Good. It's about the extent of my farming expertise. I actually bottle fed a calf once.
Really?
True story, yeah.
I've got to hear that story sometime.
No, that's about the extent of it. There was a calf, there was a bottle, and said, here you go. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Matt McLean. That's in the dirt. No, they had some friends. They were feeding the calves at their farm. I said, "You want to feed one?" I said, "Sure."
Oh.
Well, they just handed me the bottle. Said, "Here you go."
This is easy.
Yeah. I could be a farmer, sure. That's all it is. 2 balls, 2 strikes on McLean, the pitch. Low and inside. Now it's a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Sis gives you one of those kind of a crossfire delivery. He's a big, tall guy, left-hander that sets up on the third base side of the rubber, but he steps right towards the first base dugout and comes way down around Laredo with that delivery.
Payoff pitch. And McLean takes strike 3 called. Right over the inside corner. Pretty good pitch there from Sisk. And with the left-hander, you're just describing his arm angle there. That's got to be kind of tough to pull the trigger, even for a right-handed hitter, because it's coming so far in on you.
Well, you also never see any batting practice pitcher throwing from that low of an arm angle, because you couldn't throw that with an L screen in front of you. You'd hit it.
Here's Garrett Hampson. Hampson 2 for 3. The pitch off the inside corner. Now I know back in the proverbial day that starting pitchers used to throw batting practice on maybe their side day, sometimes when it, in between starts. Was that still around when you were pitching?
No, that really wasn't, but I can tell you a quick story about that. I
fouled off to the right.
Years and years ago, I wrote a newsletter about pitching, kind of a trade letter. I went down to where the Texas Rangers were training, and I interviewed one of their pitching coaches, who was Sandy Koufax. And I asked Koufax,
the 1-1 down and in, 2-1.
Great Dodger pitcher that he was, and Hall of Famer. I said, when you were in a slump, not that you were in very many slumps, what would you do to get out of the slump? He said, I would throw batting practice. And I would do it without a screen in front of me, because I wanted to show myself that I didn't have to make perfect pitches to get hitters out.
2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Hampson. And it's in there for a strike called.
So he would tell the hitter what's coming, wouldn't try to muscle up and throw 100%, just throw strikes in there. And he says it's amazing, if you just throw the ball in there, how many hitters will pop it up, hit ground balls, miss-hit it, and you don't have to make perfect pitches. And it was kind of a psychological reinforcement of getting back on the right track.
2 balls, 2 strikes, bases empty, 1 out. The pitch to Hampson. Swing and a foul tip, but Salvador Perez holds on to strike 3. Siska struck out the first 2 Reds. Here are the 7th, now back to the top of the order, and TJ Friedl. Let's pause for ID on the Reds Radio Network.
Cloudy skies tonight, a low of 57. Rain tomorrow with storms possible in the afternoon, a high of 65. More rain tomorrow night, and on Wednesday, a high back in the 70s. At the home of the Reds, News Radio 700 WLW Cincinnati.
TJ Friedl hits with the bases empty and 2 away. The pitch to him is off the plate outside, ball 1.
So that whole story about Koufax throwing batting practice kind of got me thinking about why in spring training, when you have live BP, it is just so dominant pitcher over hitter. I mean, hitters don't even get the ball out of the cage.
The 1-0. Strike to Friedl, 1-1.
Hitters taking the whole winter off. You come out there, you're facing a guy that's been throwing bullpens for 2 months, and he's not telling you what's coming, and he's throwing it 100% effort. I've always thought, let the hitter hit it a little bit and give the pitcher the confidence that you don't have to make perfect pitches to get a hitter out.
1-1 is off the plate outside, 2-1.
But that's not the way of the game nowadays. It's basically dominate whenever you can with the nastiest stuff that you can come up with.
The 2-1 pitch to TJ Friedl. Swinging, there's a soft tapper, back to the mound. Up with it, Sisk. He'll underhand it to first in time for the outside retired. The Reds, for the first time today, have been retired. 1, 2, 3. On we go.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
All the big hits.
At the wall, gone! No doubt about it!
All the great grabs.
Oh, wow! You gotta be kidding me! Put a cape on him!
And all the swagger.
And he does it in grand fashion!
Relive the day's biggest plays all in one lightning-fast hour.
Oh, my goodness! What a show! You better believe it!
Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings only on MLB Network.
$1,000 off a sunroom using promo code GOREDS. Call or schedule your free estimate online at championsavenow.com.
Bill Cunningham, you don't want to miss a minute tomorrow at 12 noon on 700 WLW.
Back at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, where they are stretching after a Memorial Day rendition of God Bless America here in Kansas City. Nice crowd on hand despite the weather. I would imagine if it were a nice day, this place would have really nice turnout. But, of course, this is a Royals team coming off a playoff run a year ago. They love their baseball here in Kansas City. Beautiful ballpark, but the weather today is not exactly how you draw it up. It's cool, it's rainy, and the rain has not really stopped at any point. Nick Martinez is still on for the Reds, with the Reds leading at 6-0. Reds got the scoring started early. TJ Friedl led off the ball game with a double, and then he came around to score on a sac fly from Austin Hayes. The Reds added to it with a trio of runs in the third. Ellie De La Cruz, Austin Hayes, and Gavin Lux all came home to score in the inning. And then a two-run home run from Tyler Stevenson in the fifth brought us to where we are. On the other side, Nick Martinez has been brilliant. In the middle of the diamond for the Reds. Martinez has allowed only 3 hits so far today across 6 innings of shutout baseball, and he's back out there now in the 7th. Martinez goes to work against Vinny Pasquantino, and the first pitch to Pasquantino is low and inside for ball 1. And you got to believe that Martinez is kind of on cruise control right now. He hasn't thrown a ton of pitches. That pitch there was just his 67th of the game. It has been easy going for Martinez. A lot of early contact. He hasn't walked anybody. The pitch cut on and missed. And he has struck out 2, but the few strikeouts has almost worked to his advantage. It's helped keep the pitch count down because he's been able to induce a lot of early soft contact. Now the 1-1 to Pasquantino is low and inside.
Well, it might be a little bit early to start thinking about a complete game, but for Martinez, that would be an excellent little feather in his cap to throw a complete ball game. Does have one. He threw one last year for the Reds.
2 balls, 1 strike, the pitch. Pasquantino pounds it into the ground right side, just under the glove of Matt McLean, diving out to his left, and it's on into right field for a base hit. Pasquantino has his second hit, extended his hit streak to double digits with his 4th inning single. Now he has his second hit today, and here comes Salvador Perez. Martinez has turned in as many as 7 innings this year. He went 7 innings 2 starts ago against the White Sox. That's his longest outing this season. The pitch, and Salvador Perez turns and hammers one deep down the left field line. It actually straightens out, and it's gone. It's his 4th home run of the year. Gets the Royals on the board. It's now 6-2. Off the bat, you're thinking, well, there's no way that stays fair. And it was actually coming back to fair territory. It ends up being a home run.
I don't think I've ever seen a ball flight look like it was going to hook foul and then all of a sudden break the other way. It was like a double breaker. In fact, Perez went back towards the batter's box thinking that ball was going to go foul, and then he realized
corner. Boy, that looked like something out of the movie Angels in the Outfield.
You're right.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to Michael Garcia. Now hits a little humpback flare into left field. That's going to drop fair down the line, and that's going to go to the wall. Garcia's around first, and he'll coast into second. He's got himself a double. Tough sledding here for Nick Martinez in the 7th. It started with a base hit just under the glove of the second baseman, Matt McLean, diving in the hole. Then the home run by Salvador Perez. Now a double down the line by Michael Garcia, his 14th double of the year. And the Royals are making a little noise here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, and it'll get Derek Johnson out of the Reds bullpen to go out there and have a little meeting with Martinez just to try to maybe stem the momentum of this inning a little bit. They're going to get the bullpen in shape to get a pitcher up there in front. They've got the bullpen covered with some tarps down there, so part of the grounds crew will come and remove the tarps while Derek Johnson talks to his battery, along with the shortstop Garrett Hampson coming in to join the committee.
John Rave, the guy making his big league debut today, will stand in, and he has Nick Martinez's only 2 strikeouts today. Rave struck out in his first big league at bat in the 2nd inning. He struck out again for the 2nd out in the 5th. Now here he is with a runner at second base and nobody out. Tony Santillan's loosening in the Reds bullpen. Nick Martinez ready at the belt, checks second. He throws to Rave. Rave tries to drop down a bunt and does. In the grass toward third, picked up by Martinez. Throw close, safe. Rave beat it out, an infield hit. Martinez did everything he could and even stayed on his feet.
Hey, one thing, Rave can pick him up and put him down. He got down that line, lickety split. Martinez, remember, is a former infielder. He played shortstop in college, and he fielded that ball, and he called off the catcher.
Cincinnati failed a safe call at first base.
And it was bang, bang, and it looks like the Reds are going to review it.
So the Reds will challenge. And we'll see if, in fact, this holds up. I think they're going to overturn this, and it's going to be a sacrifice bunt instead, and it'll go 1-3. Not an ounce of panic there from Martinez at all. I think the hardest part of that play, Chris, even harder than throwing a wet baseball down to first, is planting your feet, keeping your footing while you go down to pick up the baseball because of how wet that infield grass is.
I agree. And
after review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. Cincinnati retains the challenge.
Well, you're right about that, Tommy. They should have just asked you instead of going all the way to New York.
I only needed one look.
So that'll go down as a sacrifice, right?
Yep. Sack bunt. It's 1-3. Now Nick Lofton, the hitter. Runner at third base with 1 out. So it's a 6-2 Reds advantage. Martinez ready at the belt. He goes to work now against Nick Lofton. The pitch. Lofton swings the first offering, sends it down the line and right. Long run Benson. He won't get there. It's a foul ball. And the count is 0-1 on Lofton. It's funny, they just showed a replay of Nick Martinez making that play. As soon as he made a good throw and it was caught at first, he pumped his fist thinking he was out, and then he saw the call of the umpire and then reacted to that. But he knew immediately that he got him. At least he thought he did. Now the pitch has popped up down over by the Royals dugout. It'll land in the Royals dugout. 0-2 on Lofton. Lofton has lined out to third and flied to center.
That's the kind of play that can help you win a Gold Glove as a pitcher. I don't know if there are all that many pitchers out there that get off the mound as quickly as Martinez and can make that sidearm throw so accurately to first base.
It's a very difficult play to make.
In fact, most pitchers are better off putting that ball in their pocket.
Here's the pitch to Lofton. He swings, sends another fly to center field. Right there is T.J. Friedel to make the catch. The runner's going to tag at third, and it's plenty deep enough to score Garcia. Royals are back on the board. They have 3 here in the inning. Massey with 2 outs. Base is empty. Massey is flied to right and singled. Martinez back out of the windup now. The base is empty, and his first pitch is in there for a strike call to the outside corner.
You know, the 6-0 lead the Reds had coming into this inning seemed like an insurmountable lead, but you look up at the scoreboard now, 3 runs is a different ballgame.
Much. And on the knuckles, and Massey pops it up over by short. It'll be handled by Garrett Hampson. He makes the catch, and the inning comes to a close. So that does it for the Royals in the 7th. Their first 3 reach and all come home to score 2 on a Salvador Perez home run, but 7 complete.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th-inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Off Base is coming in a brand new format. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs as they explore all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast, Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network. The MLB Network Podcast is here. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance, Sundays at 11:30 Eastern.
And plenty of your calls.
Tomorrow afternoon at 3
on 700 WLW.
Spencer Steer will lead off the Reds' 8th inning. Reds are up 6-3. The first pitch to Steer is up and away. Ball 1-0. Steer singled in the 3rd inning. He is 1 for 4. Sisk cuts it loose, and Steer watches a strike across the knees on a cutter. And that'll even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sisk readies and deals the 1-1. And Steer lifts it in the air. Center field coming on is Isbell. He'll make the catch. Center fielder puts it away, and there's 1 down here in the 8th inning. Sisk worked a 1-2-3 7th. First time today that the Reds have been retired in order. In fact, the Reds had their leadoff man on in each of the first 5 innings of this game. Michael Lorenzen, the former Red, started it for Kansas City, and it was a struggle for him. 6 runs allowed on 11 hits across 5 innings for Lorenzen. Ellie De La Cruz standing in. The first pitch. Ellie takes a fastball down low. 1-0. This is a very deceptive delivery from this left-hander. Pauses at the belt. Now he's home with the 1-0. And it's grounded foul over by the Reds' third base dugout.
Yeah, he's one guy that they measure the fastball at 89 and 91 miles an hour. But if you watch him pitch, it looks like he's throwing in the high 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, the effort that he puts into it, the arm angle, all you see is elbows and knees coming at you.
Swing and a miss and a slider down and in. Now 1-2. He can get some ugly swings too now.
Just saw one.
1 ball, 2 strikes on De La Cruz. Bases are empty with 1 out. Reds are leading it by 3 in the 8th. 2 outs here in the 8th.
It's almost an identical pitch that he got with Ellie De La Cruz right there that he started off the first strikeout that he saw against Matt McClain. Same fastball, inner part of the plate. There's a little deception out there.
Austin Hayes is 0 for 3 today. He swings and fouled straight back. Now 0-2. Sisk struggled AAA with Omaha a couple of years ago, but then last year really kind of found it. Had a 1.57 ERA over 57 innings a year ago for the Royals AAA team. The 0-2. Now Hayes sends a fly ball, pretty well hit, straight away center field. His bell's back, and it is over his head up against the wall. Hayes isn't going to stop at second. He's on his way to third. Here comes Witt's relay throw, not in time, and Austin Hayes has a 3-base hit. His 3rd triple of the year, his 2nd in as many days.
Well, his 4th triple in the last 4 games, I guess. He had a 3rd triple in the last 4 games. I mean, that ball was to dead center field, right near the 410 sign in dead center. And Kyle Isbell made a good effort on it. He was a little surprised, I think, as to how far that ball carried. Went right up against the wall, and Hayes never slowed down.
They had 2 triples in the Cubs series, and now 1 to lead off this series against Kansas City. And the pitch is in off the plate for ball 1 to Santiago Espinal. Espinal came on to pinch hit, got a base hit in the 6th. Now Espinal fouls it over by the Reds dugout.
You know, not easy getting a triple at Great American Ballpark. You need a little ricochet help.
A fortuitous bounce helps.
Yes. But that one was a triple all the way to dead center field.
Out to the 410 side. The 1-1. Down and away. It's a 2-ball, 1-strike count on Espinal. Yeah, think about that. So the power alleys are 387. Dead center is 410. You got to be a grown man to get it out of this joint. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Espinal. He swings and lines it to right toward the line. It's down. That'll skip by the right fielder, Rave. And into second base is Espinal standing with an RBI double, scoring Hayes from third base. And the Reds tack on another run here in the 8th, all with 2 outs. Triple by Hayes, and now that double by Espinal.
A little breathing room right there, because that's one thing that Terry Francona has preached is, you know, just because you get a lead doesn't mean you shut your offense down. And just getting their momentum back by getting one of the runs back that they scored. You know, they scored 3 in the bottom of the inning. You come back with 1, and it just kind of stems the tide a little bit.
Tyler Stevenson bats, and he takes a strike on the inside corner at the knees. First pitch slider. The count is 0-1. I mean, it's so deflating when you're the team that just came back with 3 runs. You cut the lead in half, and then all of a sudden you give up another run, especially when you're late in the ball game. The 0-1 pitch down too low. 1 ball, 1 strike on Tyler Stevenson. Espinal's down at second. 2 men are out in the inning. The Reds have scored in 4 different frames in this game. A matchstick in the first inning. Another one so far here in the 8th, and now Stevenson launches one high in the air. Center field. It'll send Isbell back, but he draws a bead and makes the catch just shy of the warning track in deep right center field. So the inning is over, but the Reds tack on 1 more in the 8th. The lead back to 4. 7-3 Cincinnati as we go to the bottom of the 8th in Kansas City on the Reds.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. The bats have come alive.
A showstopper.
We're just playing Powerball.
This place doesn't know what hit him.
These teams are entertaining, are they not?
The show continues. Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
This is the home of the Cincinnati Reds, 700 WLW.
Terry Francona goes to the bullpen in a 7-3 ball game, and it'll bring in a right-hander Tony Santillan for our Rover's Mustard pitching change. Santillan comes in, game number 26 for him. Really good earned run average, right around 2.8. Big burly right-hander from Fort Worth takes over, so Tony Santillan, our Rover's Mustard pitching change, puts some mustard on it.
Santillan will deal with 9-1-2 here in the Royals' 8th inning. First pitch on the way to Kyle Isbell, and he swings and grounds it to the first baseman. Spencer Steer comes in, circles around, fields it, takes it to the bag himself for the out. Looking at the dirt where Spencer Steer charged that ball, he left some craters of a footprint in the dirt. I mean, you can really see how soft that infield is starting to get. The footing still looks pretty secure. We haven't seen anybody slip, which is a testament to the grounds crew here in Kansas City, but it is definitely getting soft out there. Here's the first pitch to Jonathan India as he bats for the 4th time, and he takes a high strike from Santillan. The count is 0-1. India's 1 for 3, singled in the 4th inning. He's grounded to third and also popped out in foul ground to the first baseman. Now the 0-1 pitch. India lines this to left field, and right there is Austin Hayes in his tracks to make the catch. Two-men are out on the 8th inning as we check scores around the league. Brought to you by FanDuel. Swing for the fences and join FanDuel today, official partner of the Cincinnati Reds. Well, taking a peek at what's happening around the rest of the league. White Sox lead the Mets 1-0. That pitch is in there for a called strike. Padres and Marlins they'll play later on tonight. Same story with the Pirates and Diamondbacks. Some games have gone final. Brewers edged the Red Sox today, 3-2, swing and a miss. Now 0-2 on Bobby Witt Jr. Now, the Reds came into today tied with the Brewers for 3rd place in the division. Brewers winning, improving to 27-28. Reds are trying to do the exact same thing here. Cardinals lost the Orioles in Baltimore, 5-2 the final there. Cubs beat the Rockies 3-1. Rockies still haven't got to 10 wins yet. The pitch up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Cubs won their 33rd game, and the Rockies are still stuck on 9 wins. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bobby Witt Jr. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging a foul into the Reds' third base dugout. I mean, they may very well give the White Sox loss record a run this year. They are well on their way. In fact, I think they're pacing ahead of the number of losses the Sox had last year. 1-2 on Witt. Santillan fires, and a breaking ball down and away. It's a 2 ball, 2 strike count. The right-hander's 2-2. Swing and a miss. He just pumped a fastball right on by Bobby Witt Jr. And Witt 0 for 4 today. We go to the 9th. It's the Reds 7, Royals 3.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put
any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns before the first pitch. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show. Weekdays at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Season with great deals on a new vehicle at Beechmont Toyota. Whether you're looking for new or pre-owned, we've got a huge lineup of models to choose from, and every purchase comes with 2 years of Toyota care, so you can have peace of mind. Shop online or visit Beechmont Toyota today.
Now, a 7-3 ball game here at Kauffman Stadium. The Royals will go to the bullpen. They will bring in a big, tall right-handed pitcher named Steven Cruz, 25-year-old from Tenares in the Dominican Republic. Cruz has been in 19 ball games, including this one, with an earned run average of 1.6. So he is getting it done. He has struck out 11. He's walked only 6. He stands 6 feet 7 inches tall.
I think he is looking for a rosin bag that is not saturated. There's 2 of them out there, and I think that one was the ones that are out there probably not too great at the moment.
Remember during the days of COVID, every pitcher had his own rosin bag?
That was wild. That was one of the silliest things I can remember.
No, but not being able to touch a flagstick on a golf course was kind of right there with it.
I don't remember that aspect of it. Here's the first pitch to Will Benson. He swings and fouls it back, strike 1. Western and Southern Financial Group wants to strike out cancer every time a Reds pitcher strikes out a batter. Western and Southern makes a donation to support cancer research in the greater Cincinnati area. When it comes to fighting cancer, we're all in this together. 0-1 on Benson. The right-hander delivers. Benson again swings and fouls it straight back. Benson hitless today, 0 for 3. A sac fly, though, in the 3rd, so it's been a productive day for him. Despite being hitless, the pitch, Benson takes high. I think for the first time today, the rain has maybe stopped. Maybe. No, never mind. I still see some raindrops. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Benson takes off the plate outside. That'll even the count, 2-2. The right-hander's 2-2 pitch, and Benson again takes a slider down and away. I think that might be the thing that makes Benson more dangerous than anything else, is the fact that he is not nearly as jumpy at the plate.
I think that's a great point, and it comes from confidence.
3-2, and he takes strike 3 called. That was right over the outside corner. Good pitch from Cruz, and Benson is caught watching.
Yeah, a little backdoor slider started off the plate, looks like a ball, then turns out to be a strike. That's hard to defend.
Now the Reds' number 8 hitter, Matt McLain. Ian Gibaut's loosening in the Reds' bullpen. Here's the pitch to McLain. He swings and fouls it straight back for strike 1. Cruz in his 3rd year with the Royals, 26-year-old out of the Dominican Republic. And he takes off the outside corner slider from Cruz, evens the count on Matt McLain. McLain has now hit safely in 4 straight with his 3rd inning single. 1 for 4 today. The 1-1. Swung on, fouled straight back, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. And it is a fastball 99 just off the outside corner.
See, Cruz is so big and so much leverage, he doesn't even look like he's throwing that hard.
No.
But that's 100 miles an hour almost.
He is big. 2-2. Fouled off to the right side. That was a fastball right down the middle, near 100. 2 balls, 2 strikes on McLean. Bases empty with 1 man out. The break-even pitch. Strike 3 called. Got him looking, fastball right at the very top of the zone. And McLean is down on strikes. 2 gone here in the 9th inning. Let's pause for ID on the Reds Radio Network.
Millions are heading home after the kickoff to the summer travel season, and the UC Bearcat baseball team and Miami on the road to the College World Series. Get the latest after the game on the home of the Reds, News Radio 700 WLW Cincinnati.
Garrett Hampson checks his swing on a breaking ball in the outside corner. Called a strike. It's 0-1. Cruz sets. He's home now with the 0-1 pitch, and it is right in there for a strike. Nothing in 2 on Garrett Hampson. Cruz, we mentioned him being big. He is 6'7", 245 pounds. The pitch. Strike 3 called. Fastball 99 over the outside corner. Hampson caught watching. So not only does Steven Cruz strike out the side in the 9th, he does it.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Red fans, don't miss the bus for the Reds versus Nationals July 20th to 23rd as part of a 4-day adventure with Croswell Tours. Explore Washington, D.C. and all its history. Visit gocroswell.com for details.
Rise and shine the right way with Tom Brenneman. Tomorrow at 5 a.m. on 700 WLW.
A Wober's mustard pitching change here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Emilio Pagan comes in, game number 25 for Pagan. He has picked up a save in each of his last 4 appearances. This, however, not a save situation. Pagan puts some mustard on it. Wober's mustard.
Vinny Pasquantino first to face him. First pitch. Pasquantino takes a strike at the top of the zone. The count is 0-1. Pasquantino has 2 hits today. He's now got a 10-game hitting streak. Single in the 4th, singled leading off the Royals rally in the 7th. They would get 3 in the inning. Reds are up by 4. It's 7-3. Here's the 0-1. Pasquantino lines this one into right center field. That's a base hit. Benson will come over to glove it. Pasquantino has his 3rd hit of the game. Now Salvador Perez. What's for dinner?
Hitting right there by Pasquantino. That pitch was actually out of the strike zone, off the plate, away from Pasquantino, and he big strapping left-hander were way out there to get it.
What's for dinner? Shop the Kroger app for appetizing ingredients and big game day savings like $600 in digital coupons and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Salvador Perez takes off the outside corner for ball 1. 1-0 on Perez. He hit the wildest home run that I can remember. The 1-0 pitch to Perez in the dirt. Good block by the catcher. No swing on the appeal down to first base. He hit a ball that looked foul. He thought it was going to be foul, and then it, I guess you would say, sliced back fair, because it looked like he had hooked it down the left field line, and then the ball came curling back and went inside the foul pole for a home run.
The only time I've seen balls that have been hit like that have been in a wiffle ball game.
Yes.
Crazy. In fact, he thought it was going foul. He was going back into the batter's box.
That was nuts. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Perez. And it hit him. Pagan comes up and in with a cutter, and it got Salvador Perez in the shoulder. They don't like that when you hit him here in this town. He'll go down to first base, and Tyler Stevenson will go out to talk with Pagan. That'll bring up Michael Garcia. Well, you don't want to pitch yourself into a serious situation here, and Emilio Pagan is dangerously close to doing just that. If you're listening today on your car or truck radio, please remember to buckle your safety belt. This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety. If you're not buckled up, what's holding you back?
Well, the Reds had 2 pitchers warming up down in the bullpen. Ian Gibaut was right next to Emilio Pagan, and he decided to go with Pagan. Not a safe situation, probably to get a little rust off. He had not been in a ball game since Friday, when he picked up a save in that, or when he picked Saturday, I guess, when he picked up a save in that game against the Cubs.
Runners at first and second base, nobody out. Michael Garcia, the batter. From the belt, the pitch. And Garcia, first ball swinging, pops it up. Behind first, infield fly rule applied, but into foul territory goes Steer to make the catch. And there's one out. That's a big out. Get that great taste of the ballpark at home with JTM's Philly Kits and Fat Tire beer, cheese, and pretzels. Find these game day favorites in your grocer's freezer. JTM Food Group, let's create great dishes together. John Rave laid down a sac bunt his last time up. It was a beautiful bunt in the grass up the third baseline, and Pagan's first pitch is a fastball that runs away from the left-handed hitter for ball 1, 1-0. 0 for 2 officially in his first major league game. A couple of strikeouts for Rave. The 1-0. And Rave takes off the plate outside, 2-0. Pasquantino's at second. Salvador Perez at first. 1 man out. Reds leading 7-3, bottom of the 9th inning, and the pitch. In the dirt, good. Blocked by Stevenson, but now it's 3-0. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. This copyright reminder is provided by Dinsmore, the official legal counsel of the Reds. And now the 3-0 pitch to John Rave. And he walked him. He missed out.
Pagan is really struggling with his footing. And he's getting out there about the time when that clay on the mound is so sticky that it sticks to the bottom of your cleats. And no amount of trying to kick it off, even using the little removal tool that they have at the back of the mound, is going to help. I mean, you're just going to have to deal with the circumstances.
And now they'll have a full meeting with all the infielders on the mound after he just walked John Rave on 4 pitches to bring the tying run to the plate in Nick Lofton. Now, Nick Lofton is only playing in his 2nd game here at the big league level this year. Michael Massey is on deck, a left-handed batter, and Pagan continues to try to get all the mud off his spikes. You can see that he is slipping as he delivers every pitch, and then he's pawing at the dirt right at his landing spot. The right-hander sets. Here's the pitch to Drew Waters, and he takes ball 1. It's actually Waters up there, not Lofton. So it is Drew Waters batting for Lofton. Waters with only 12 at-bats in his career with the bases loaded at 167. Here's the 1-0. Outside, 2-0.
Well, you might be asking yourself, well, why is it bothering Pagan when it hasn't bothered the other pitchers? Pagan has an unusual stride, extraordinarily long, where he kind of straightens his left leg out and really pushes off towards home. And when he lands, he puts a lot of weight on that front foot.
2-0. There's a strike. Just barely did he clip the outside corner. That might have been a 2-0 Leo instead of the old 3-0 Leo.
I think there are some Kansas City fans that are thinking that.
2 balls, 1 strike on Waters. Bases loaded, 1 out. 7-3 Reds, bottom of the 9th inning, and here comes the 2-1 pitch to the left-handed pinch hitter. Ball 3. Fastball outside again.
He's just not getting that left foot on the ground with a solid stop where you can kind of pull off that leg and throw the ball where you want to.
Get
Jabot up in a hurry.
The 3-1 pitch. Pagan to Waters. Swing and a miss. That time he got it. It almost looked like he stomped down a little harder that time to try to get that foot to stick. 3-2 the count on Waters. Some anxious moments here in Kansas City. Pagan readies, and the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He blew a fastball by him to strike him out, and 2 gone. Now Michael Massey. Make sure you stay tuned after the game. Yitt'll have the Toyota Tundra Star of the Game, plus much more, all coming up after the game during the Reds postgame show. 2 men are out. Massey at the plate. Bases still loaded for Kansas City. Massey 1 for 3. He singled in the 6th. Pagan sets from the belt. Here's the right-hander's first pitch. Too high. Fastball upstairs. Ball 1. Pagan showing a little moxie out there right now, trying to fight through this. I mean, just the look on his face, his demeanor, he is determined to get through it and gut it out. The 1-0. Right in there, called strike as he fires a cutter over the outside corner, 1-1.
You know, pitchers at this level always have the option of calling timeout, bringing an umpire out, explaining that the mound is not pitchable, and have the ground crew fix it. But he's decided to work through it.
And now they're calling a balk. Pagan tried to back off the rubber to go to his spikes, clean his spikes, but it's a balk. And I think it's because he just stepped off without stepping back off the rubber.
Well, I think he broke his hands. You're right. I mean, if you're going to step off the rubber from the stretch position, your right foot, which is in contact with the rubber, has to come off first. And he moved his knees a little bit, kind of a little twitching motion, and that was picked up by the home plate umpire immediately.
So a balk gives the Royals a run, 7-4. Second and third, 2 out, the 1-1. And he misses high and outside with a split there. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, the only pitch he's thrown for a strike here in this inning is that fastball.
2 balls, 1 strike on Massey. Pagan's 2-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled back, and it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Same 2 teams back at it again here in Kansas City tomorrow. It'll be the middle game of this 3-game series. Brady Singer in a homecoming start against Kansas City. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back. We'll do it again. The Reds will go with Singer. The Royals have not announced who they will start. It might be a bullpen day for Kansas City tomorrow. They've got some pitchers on the injured list right now, so they're a little short-handed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pagan ready at the belt. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, Massey lifts it to center. Right there is TJ Friedl. Under it, he's got it, and that's it. Reds win it 7-4 over the Royals to take the series opener in Kansas City. And we'll be back to wrap it up right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
Metro is your way to go all over Hamilton County. Whether you're cheering on our hometown teams, grabbing a 5-way at your favorite chili spot, or heading up the hill for a night on the town, Metro makes it easy, affordable, and comfortable with 24/7 service on 7 key routes. More weekend options, increased frequency, and new buses loaded with free Wi-Fi and charging ports. Metro has elevated your transit experience. So why wait? Skip the traffic and parking and make Metro your way to go. Plan your trip today at go-metro.com.
Buy 4 washes, get 2 free on all wash books during Mike's Car Wash Big.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th-inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.